Alright, whoops, I accidentally closed the game down. Hey, welcome in, guys. Sorry for the delay. We were having a good time chatting. Ooh, let's fix that up there. Chatting it up after the Retro Jeopardy stream, which was a hoot. I saw many of you over there. I was very thankful for the support. We always get in there early and rile the place up, which is exactly what I want people to think of when they think of this community. Oh, God. Oh, God, what? Hold on, is my hair a mess? It may still be a mess. We had a heap of technical problems as... Oh boy, where's the brush? I don't know where the brush is, fella. Oh, there it is. Yo, good day, Carrie. Good to see you again. Let's get a quick brush in here. Yo, Mangs with the 10. Official Meowdy boxing. I think we're actually tame. Watch the OG Alien after being confused by the new 3 the other day. The OG one's great, and it needs no explanation. It's a great game in general. I did beat this game after stream last night, and we got to Cruel. But that's neither here nor there. That's not for you guys. Was a good egg as always? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a question about full frontal nudity, and the first thing I saw from you was, oh, I think I know the answer to this one. But yeah, the, oh boy. Oh boy, it just threw us right in. It threw us right in. Hold on.
Steel yourself.
I enjoy Prometheus. I've made this clear in the past. I know a lot of other people didn't like it so much because it was a bit confusing. It requires, but it's helpful to have some out-of-film context on some things. But as a fan of the Alien franchise, I loved Prometheus. What do we got to do here? I think we were just stuck on this boss. Okay, so I think we're at a safe spot for a second. This is the Wand Warrior build, by the way. As seen here first. With a hot take? Well, what, liking Prometheus? Is liking Prometheus a hot take? But, yeah, Prometheus is definitely confusing. I don't think anyone can watch that movie the first time and say, oh, yeah, that made total sense. They're nerfing grenades. I would hope not. I don't see why they would do that. Maybe they're Addy, why don't we take a second here to chill, all right? Let's not throw Toki off too much. Welcome, Vane. Thank you for the grats. Just joking with you, okay. God, now you've got me all thrown. Oh, yeah, the gas grenade, sure. Gas grenade fire interaction. Yeah, the gas grenade thing's a little funky because when you detonate it, they all explode. So I would imagine it probably would have been really strong because it blows up into fire, and if you shoot 6 grenades and have 6 gas grenades and 6 explosive grenades or something like that, oh boy, then maybe it does some weird shit. It also felt bad to do, to be honest. Oh, look, already an Exalted Orb. No, we're just jumping in here, so I'm a little dazed and confused. Kraus, you'll be very proud to know that I what's the word I want to say here? Unexpectedly won Jeopardy today. Did not expect. Just came here to tell Toki how much I have with my grenade mark. Oh, no. Well, the explosive grenade should be fine, because the explosive grenades are not overpowered, and I would guess the gas grenades will still be viable. Hey, thank you, Rose. Had to help us. Yeah, no, it's all good. It was a really close game. In fact, I think if well, I don't know. So I played at the end in expectation that most likely scenarios were either Mixer guesses wrong or we all get it wrong, you know, so even if I get it wrong, I'm still pretty safe. And if I get it right, we're kind of playing in the middle and he got it wrong, then I would just be won over. But I did not expect him to go all in. I'm guessing he thought I'd go all in, so he wanted to make sure if it was easy that he didn't get leapt over. And I was betting against it being easy because she always says it's easy, and it isn't. And surprisingly, this one was more fair, I would say. This was a pretty good final question. Yo, NASA with the 10. Completely forgot the fact that engineers were in the first one. Oh my god, yeah, they're in their heaps. After that, I kind of accepted Prometheus a little more. I don't know, good movie regardless. Yeah, I think it's one of these things that the more you get into it, the more you'll appreciate. Christ alive. Hold on, 5X. Let me show you something really cool. So we're going to go look at the Prometheus egg room scene. This is very easily missed. This is a topic that I know a little something about, so I really enjoy talking about it. Scene mural. Is that what it's called? Yo, K-Bob and J Tuesday, welcome. J Tuesday with a 90 handstanda. Where's it at? Here it is. So in the room, right here, I don't know if that's the exact spot. That doesn't look like it. In the egg room in Prometheus, they pan across a xenomorph. And this is very interesting because in theory, this happened so much earlier than in Alien, right? So why would there be a xenomorph if the alien... Anyway, if the alien doesn't exist yet here, why would they see it? So it obviously must exist, I guess is what I'm getting at. And why do they have it engraved up here? So my suspicion is that the black goop is a DNA expedient that forces evolution towards the end of a line. It hits into different things, but it all kind of comes together into the Xeno-style perfect being. And the reason the engineers do this is as a reminder to themselves that even though they play gods, that they are not the strongest being, and that the price of being overzealous with this will result in creating something that can wipe them out. It's the Deacon Xeno that pops from the engineer. Okay. Is he in one-player mode? Okay, all right. I'll explain in a second. I just didn't want to jump between two topics. But yeah, this is one of my favorite parts here because it's just like, whoa, okay, so it does exist. Yeah, I watched Romulus. I didn't care for it. I found the teenagers to be very annoying, Clamp. And unfortunately, characters tend to be a very big part of movies for me. So the rest of the movie didn't carry over the characters, and I got a little agitated with it. But that's fine. I don't hate on it per se. It just didn't tickle me right. Something else very interesting. I don't want to shit on your parade. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. That's great. I really liked Prometheus, though. I thought Romulus tried to recreate the tension, but man, like, what I couldn't stand was the constant ham-fisting in your face of like, oh come on, he's just a robot. No, he's not a person. He's a robot. You know, like pfft, that one dude was just such a prick. It was like, to me, that was so obviously a heel character that I just couldn't get over it. But I think for a lot of people, that probably won't be the case, and you'll just be like, okay, that guy sucks. But for me, I'm just like, I get hyper-fixated on some of these characters and the message that they're supposed to put across. So I got kind of locked in on that. And in general, some of the attitudes of the characters like that, I didn't care for that bit. But anyway. So Romulus, I already forgot. Hot damn. But yes, Holybeard, we did win just barely. Was constantly annoyed with the constant alien reference throwbacks. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, thank you, AVD. And Jazz, welcome to you. We're giving welcomes, although we technically all, I think, said hi in there earlier. I try to catch everybody with a hi at the start. Yeah, Jazz cashing on the rat coin. So, another fun thing, Vivix, if you're still lurking, I really hated Covenant the first time I saw it. There are just certain things that drove me bonkers about it. But in Covenant, there's a sequence where the character from Prometheus takes the ship and ends up going to the engineer homeworld, let's say, and releasing the liquid, which in atmosphere, I guess, turns into a gas and comes down and kills them all. And I hated that scene at first, because there's like, here are these creators, these gods, and they're like weak and normal and pathetic. And it wasn't until I saw a review that kind of turned my opinion on that scene that I could probably find it. Fuck, I forget what it's called. Shit. Alien Covenant Engineer Planet Scene. Hey, welcome, Rat. Sorry, they got me. He's got me caught up here. Where is it? I think it's this scene here. It zooms in on them, and it shows how normal they all look. They don't have the perfect features. They're in like poorer clothes. They're scared. They're running. They come down and they herald this ship. Like just a normal ship that comes down, and they come worship it. What that makes me think is that this is supposed to be a hidden message that actually means these are another offshoot species created that are more in their likeness, but less like human, but still a lesser form of life recreated. So another engineered species. And yeah, that's my take on that. I don't know if it's true. They look more human-sized. They seem more normal. They recognize the ship coming down and all run out to worship it. They recognize the expedient. I don't know. To me, that's what that means, and that could be totally different for somebody else. But that kind of redeems it for me, because it's like, oh, she thinks she took it back and, like, nuked their homeworld, but really, it's just a mistake. It's actually just another off-breed species of life. Hey, welcome, Laz. Welcome, Ducky. Ducky with the 105. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. And sorry to anyone I missed. Welcome to all. Except Feta, who I don't think's here anyway, so fuck. Actually, yeah, he is probably. Let's see. Is Feta here? No Feta. Fuck Feta. Okay, so Vane asked, how can you pause a single-player game? So, Path of Exile, he is here. Yeah, all right, there we go. Fuck Feta anyway. Path of Exile does this kind of meta multiplayer. So, almost like Guild Wars. When you're in town, everybody gets kind of put into a shard of, let's say, potentially 50 people. And then when you leave town, you're in your own instance. However, you can invite people, and they can join you into your instance. Into your instance, or your shard, or whatever you want to call it, of the zone, so you can play together. So it's a multiplayer game, but it's also a single-player game. And because I'm here by myself, boom, I just pause it. Hey, Holybeard with the 15, Sad Panda. Feta was in jeopardy. I saw him making lewd comments there. I bet against you. I bet against me, too. I didn't think in a million years it was possible. Kind of took it as they were just coming to welcome an old explorer or whatever home. I'll start getting into it so we get into the stream. Yeah, dude, I will rant about that series of movies endlessly, because Alien is my Alien 1 OG is my favorite movie, and there's so much hate for Prometheus, and I feel like Prometheus is by itself a good film. It just has this flaw of being maybe too complicated with like some dumb characters. Anyway, yeah, so Rat, you only got to see the confusing big bubble last night when I was building it out. But here's the actual gameplay. It's kind of like Diablo. I don't know if you've played that one. This is a boss here. He was beating my ass last night. Yeah, the option to pause in solo is great. So we are a wand warrior, which means I should be using heavy armor, but I'm not quite. We roll around in melee range, using our physical damage spell wand, and hopefully not standing in AoE. And I'm using these bones. This is not intended gameplay, I would say. Or it's not designed for gameplay, but they do intend for you to do weird stuff. And I love doing weird stuff. This guy beat my ass last night. I'm fairly certain he'll do it again, because I don't remember where we are. Just kind of threw us in. Watch out for that. Okay, that's right. When he makes the noise, we have to roll away. I think he's transforming here. We'll watch out for circles. Classic Mage Wand Barbarian. Exactly. Well, the melee classes in this game were really tough as a first character. I've done it again. I got hit again. We do have a little regen, though. But yeah, so if you've played some D4, the gameplay at least should be familiar. Okay, so this is going to stun me in a second. I just need to make sure I'm not in an AoE. Once he transforms, he still can beat my ass in that. Oh shit, roll away. Why do I keep forgetting to do that? I am totally throwing. Should transform any second. I don't know what they're doing, lads. They must hate you. Is he transforming? He transforming. Okay. No, he's not transforming. Stun his ass. Stun him. Oh, God. Can the stun be avoided? I don't think so. My take was that you're just supposed to get away when he stuns. Does he heal here? If he doesn't heal, we might be okay. I think he's going. Yeah, he's going back to full. And I've got very little healing left. There's the stun. Yeah, see, and the orb comes for me and just kills me anyway. I think what I need to do is I need to go back to town real quick and do a quick pass on my gear, because I don't believe I've really upgraded anything for a while. Other than Wand. I've been trying to be very anal about Wand. Wand Warrior certainly qualifies as effing weird. Thank you. Let's see what we got rolling here. So we definitely want to disenchant. Did we get the hooded one yet? Yes, the hooded one is on this character. ID. This is so much fun, Rat.
What have we got?
If you don't feel like paying for it right now, it will be free to play
Deal.
in 6 to 12 months. Oh, this is a nice DE too. It's got 2 sockets.
If you find a pint,
We'll salvage it instead.
bring it back.
We'll get 2 shards for 2 sockets. I love it. Yeah, their model is the free-to-play model. They do microtransactions. So, like, I bought with microtransactions for our little guild we have. I bought a stash tab. So everybody in our guild, there's a bunch of people from chat and a few of my real-life-ish friends are in this guild. So they can pop things in here for each other to use. Or you can buy yourself tabs. Although they were nice, the transactions from the first game actually carried over in some ways into this one. So I bought all these tabs in the first one. And I gotta set them up. It's got a salvage bank. You have to unlock this. Otherwise, you can disenchant from Una. But salvage is specifically for, what? Glass, quality shards and, socket pieces.
Oi.
Let me see. Let me see what's going on here. Do we have anything nice? So I hate to get rid of this. We do lose out on some armor. Although I suspect armor's not going to help me right now. What's our junkiest gear? Our gear's not really bad. Maybe it is just a bad build. Bad build detected. Double res, int. Very minor life. But, I think we will buy that.
Fine choice.
And then I can be cheesy if I want. And hopefully Kratos isn't watching, because he would not be happy if he saw me put that in there. Quality anything with sockets? I gotta get on that quality stuff, because I got an outstanding Ton-Fed Def Knot. What? Oh, Def Knot. Okay, good. I crafted an outstanding crossbow on my main character. It's so great that I feel like even when I outscale it, I'll just probably give it up. Toss it in the guild bank. Went wildly dyslexic? Yeah. You're not even, like, near the letters. Let's see what that helps. I'm not really sure what kind of damage they do. If it's lightning damage, it would still kind of stink. Oops, we can just teleport. Did I say hello to Buzz? Buzz, if I missed you, man, welcome. I saw you. My brain's all over. We're still riding the high from winning Jeopardy. Very, very close game. I ended up getting lucky. Welcome, Foobs. Why is that one cat on fire, Foobs? That shouldn't be happening. This is not my Fallout playthrough. Watch out for lasers. We are the champions, my friend. Okay, roll away. Here we go. Roll back in. Don't stand in blood. As long as I don't get hit by that, I should have health for the next phase. Some nice audio cues for this. Where's he going? Why you running, mate? Okay, so we run from that. Get hit by it anyway. Maybe I need to get a better flask, too. Is this bad boy healing for enough? Is that the ball summon? No, he's just chilling. He chilling. I think it is lightning. It hit much less hard there. Who decide what they want from us there? They must want us to run away when we get the curse. And not stand in AoE. Yes, this game has controller support. It should be way more manageable than playing Diablo on controller, too. I'm actually playing with WASD right now, so I assume that's how joystick would play, too. Watch out for those bombs. Thank you. Watch out for bombs on floor. What's he doing here? Let's get the locust coming through me. That ain't great. I mean, if you're in the mood for a Diablo-like, you're not going to get anything better than this for a while. Watch the orb, okay. Good. PoE 2 will be the needle. Your job will be in jeopardy. Your relationships may be in jeopardy. Your game design hobbies may be in jeopardy. I know mine are. Oh, that was a stun. Yo, undead with a 235 handstander. He always doing an orb. Shit. I think Mercenary would be good on controller, yeah. Oh, you were stating it was, yeah. Yeah, anything ranged for sure. Oh, boy. Watch it. Oh, okay. Yep, the resist definitely helped. That's just what it was. Needed lightning resist. Let's take the junk for either vendoring or disenchanting. I find at this level, there's no reason to vendor. It's much better to disenchant. Cold, fire, lightning. Let's do cold, because the first boss is cold. I think he's cold. Yeah, he's cold. Okay, this is a new mechanic being introduced. What's not new, but new to where we should be at in the game at this very moment. I don't want any of this junk. All right, we'll take a stick. And a chest piece, I suppose. Max life, cold res. This guy has junk max life, armor, and lightning res. That's a DE. Let's get the heck out. Cold, but then again, I should put something on. Yeah, get a blanket or something. Does work better on some classes than others. I tried which my character kept casting spells in random directions. Huh. Yeah, even when I was using a melee weapon, I kind of like the WSD play. Been thinking about this game all day, me too. I had to stop a little early, and it paid off today, Beef. About 3 hours before stream, I guess maybe 4 hours before stream, I decided, okay, I gotta stop playing this game, and I gotta get my brain into retro Jeopardy. I did some Googling, I was like, alright, let's get my brain thinking about, like, Sega and Super Nintendo games that are Christmas themed. And it paid off big, man. Real big.
Hello.
A Santa Claus game. Did you... I don't know if you could see the moment that I realized when I saw the art. Hey, what's up, Kazzy? That's right, you won. I heard at the very last minute. It was like neck and neck for the end. What'd you get? I think Rat's doing the Steam gift cards, I think she said. Yes, Jeopardy was tonight. How we doing tonight, Kazzy? It was, days before Christmas? Yeah, days before Christmas. Now I'm thinking days and nights. How's the second path? It's good. It's very good. Could play this, or you could wander the Chernobyl exclusions zone. I would. That's a $70 game, ABD. And it's brand new. I will wait till she goes on sale and then check it out. Yeah, I play as WASD for all ranged-ass characters, Kazzy. It's phenomenal. It's like a twin-stick shooter. Really good stuff. What's impressive? That's literal luck. I hope you know that was literal luck, Rat. Like, I saw the picture, and when I was looking at the Christmas game, like, there were other ones that weren't on there, right? Like, I was like, okay, there's probably going to be a Home Alone question. No Home Alone questions. I was like, there's going to be a Die Hard question. No Die Hard questions. And there was one, I think, that you... Oh, it was the one that was one of the sequel answers that Mixer got. I guess that Mixer brought up and Goten got. I'm trying to remember what that game even was. I did not miss Bram Stoker. I pinged in for it. I pinged in for most of the Sonic ones, too, surprisingly. But the thing with Jeopardy, though, is it's whoever buzzes in first. And we're all, in a lot of cases, mashing. So if you, I think it shows up on the stream, either on our name or, like, on the card somewhere. It should light up. It should be on our tag. And maybe I didn't have a name to... No, I had... Whatever. There should have been a light up somewhere to see as proof that I clicked in. Too many games, PO2, Marvel Rivals. I saw someone else playing that. Yeah, that's the emote I was talking about, by the way. Dude, I saw the cat, and I remember there was either a cat or a dog. No, it was a gerbil, actually, in Maniac Mansion. But the cat made me think about the gerbil in Maniac Mansion that you put in the microwave. And I was like, oh no, I know what that game is. But I was wrong. So I sat there for a second like, ugh. Alright, so here's another thing with this game. You get these spirit gems, and it feels like you just have this shit. You don't. You click on all gems. You're welcome, Ghosty, and welcome to you, Ogremar. You got all kinds of goodies in here. What does Wither do? Withering Presence. Increases chaos, damage taken. Nope, don't like that. This one breaks armor. Hey, welcome, Random. Needs to default to all gems. I just think it would be better if it said recommended or something like that. With Warrior, and you didn't see all of these. Or maybe if instead of Warrior, you started on Recommended. I don't know. Or it said Recommended next to it. You know, just something. Because it feels like each of these belong to a class, but that's just not true. This energy seal. Let's see. Yeah, well, that's how I felt, too. It was disappointing. I was like, huh? That's it? His armor. I don't know if I'd want any of these. Some of the other... Yes. So, well, yeah, they might require weapons, and you should be able to see what you can use and what you can't use. Maybe. Yeah, like incorrect weapon type. So that's all gravy. But there's a lot that don't. How we doing, Ducky? Shocked enemy. Like, I probably don't want most of these. Bury the games with the barrier has stages. Melee attacks that hit you will remove stages. Interesting. It seems like they've cut down a lot of the defensive things. Most of it is offense at this point. So it's like, I don't even really want any of these. Wait, actually, I might want this. When active, shattering an enemy with an attack hit will cause an icy explosion that deals attack damage. If we did cold damage, this could scale. Convert it to cold. Yeah, no. Thanks for the Twitch drops. You got it, brother. That was another reason I was supposed to play it Friday, and then I slept on it. There's actually no health on the passive. If there's health, it would be... Let's see. It would have to be, like, one of the starter nodes. Like, if you type in life, what do we got? There's life regen galore. I believe they took it all away. I was talking about this with Kraos last night. Oh, rather, he brought it up. There's very little armor, too, but there is stuff like this right here where, like, the first point might give you a little bit, or the first couple points just to get you started. But, yeah, they really wanted to decouple that, or I guess, untwist the scaling on, or progression on how your character scales. Yeah, I'll worry about this later. All right, we got our junk. Let's keep moving. So to manage resistances? Absolutely. And there's very little resistance on the Tree 2 Kazi. I think the only spot that I found is a warrior talent that gives you 5 wall res. Although you don't have to be maxed. It's just, it helps. Like and I don't know what mapping is going to be like pre-phase. My other character's like 47 or 48 and just entered Cruel. They're less important, yes. I wouldn't say they're unimportant, but they're definitely less important. I really need to figure out what types of things I'm going to take. I guess I could still take stuff like Shockwave Totem. It's an attack, not a spell. It would be nice if there was like a spell, you know, but there's not. I think this might be a... Second Ascendancy is a nightmare. Oh, you're not having a good time with that? You know what I'll tell you, Jason? Depending on where you're getting stuck. First of all, I told you last night, and stand by this, some of them are really easy and some of them are really hard. We did it like 6 or 7 times. So I know which ones are okay and which ones aren't now. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Veil Traps is bullshit. That's an auto kill mechanic. The Electric Totems is a joke. There's a few others in that vein. But something we found out also is there's different bosses, although I only saw the bosses when I went on and offline. Like if I reset the zone, the outside zone, That's when it changed. Tethering was really easy, yeah. We hated tethering when we did it. That vein, wrong vein. Oh boy, we're toast. What the hell was that? I got like rooted into poison into explosion. I'm willing to admit that the Wand Warrior is not as good as I hoped. It's okay. It's plausible. I think I need to just stop caring about the wand and focus. If we want to do well, I need to focus almost entirely probably on the physical spells, since I can scale those without caring what level my wand is. Definitely doable, though. Not ideal, because I can't level the spell Bone Blast without getting a whole new weapon every time. Versus, like, Bone Cage. That's a spirit gem. If I have, like, a 4 or 5 cut gem, I can level that up. Another big issue, it's really hard to get over to the tree, to the pieces that scale this, without rushing. Try some unique shit. Yeah, well, my main character's I would say it's not basic, but I have a feeling it's something that a lot of people will move into. Because I think a lot of people are going to realize that the Merc, with its regular shots, is not fantastic. At least at face value. But the grenades feel really good.
So, wow.
And maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I just really hate all the bullets, but they seem very weak to me compared to other things. The explosive grenade Merc feels excellent, though. And I built my tree out a little more refined today. And I'm feeling really strongly about it. Especially with some of the gems that I found under the support stuff now. Like, there's a cast when ignite gem. And I put that in as a support, and then I can put another gem into it to cast. And there's a physical grenade as well, which will double, I don't think double dip's the right word here, but it'll scale off of the same things as my primary attack is. So I basically, whenever I ignite, will just be getting a second volley of bombs for free. Not totally true, there's a system where it gains energy from a number of ignites and things like that, but we'll see how frequent that is. You turn it into a laser gun. I think that's one of the later talents. If it is, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it's like the last tier. I saw the name, I think. See how the damage looks like versus this. Like, this looks like way more damage for single target. I'll probably just have to do the same thing I did with the other character, though, where this guy is a meme build for a while. And then we'll get to a point where I just go and refine the build. Because going into the tree, like, this feels wasted. Most of the stuff is just all defense. And really, I'm not even using good armor. That's supposed to make me tanky, and then these next few points, well, a couple of these next few points should be where I start to do damage. Maybe some cast speed would really ramp this up, too. But that's going to be all in the middle game when we're on the witch side. Still really into this idea of trying something with bleed. The grenade launcher looked tempting with bleed, because a lot of it touches the nodes that I'm using, but I do fire damage with it. Wonder if the later Merc talents are better and worth trying out, or if I should just stick with the early ones. You're free to try them all, Clamp. Like, usually your first point's a little slow to, like, when you get it, you're like, oh, finally, I got my gem upgrade, right? I don't want to waste it. But then within an hour or so, you're getting so many of them, you don't even know what to do with them. So you're definitely intended to explore. I don't think that's a great feeling mechanic. It seems to me they're dancing around. They don't want you to be able to freely swap your skills like Diablo. They want some kind of cost to them, which I agree with, but also they want to let you play around with the gems. So like in PoE 1, what prevents you from doing that is your skill gems have XP in them. And I think they want to change that. I think they also probably didn't like the skill gems because by the end of the game, it was like, go to the vendor, and there's a giant wall of skill gems. Like, literally like 50 support and 50 skill for each type, red, blue, and green. So I think they wanted to try to refine that a little, but I don't think this is it. But we'll see what they do with it. Used to ARPGs that later abilities are far superior. Yeah, and I don't think that'll be the case here. I think there'll be good abilities for sure, but I think your lower abilities are also viable. I mean, think Diablo 2. In Diablo 2, I'm thinking like Sparks. Sparks is a build you can do. I mean, maybe you use later abilities as primary damage. I don't recall. But with the Synergies patch, I think plenty of abilities were early on, but still strong. I am very excited to get some of these spell damage talents. Oh my god, a Regal too, we're cooking. Yeah, as much as I want to use a shield, though, I'm going to have a hard time. So everything we do is going to scale off of spell physical damage, physical spell skills, level of all spell skills. So that includes physical. My shield becomes damage for me in this, which is kind of jank. Because it could also be a good source of defense. I guess that's just a decision we have to make. I guess I can always switch between them, too. I wonder what that would look like. I ate 3 McRibs. Jesus Christ. Well, I'll be getting one this week, and I'll definitely be getting... I'll be forcing Mangs to watch me eat one when she's here on Saturday, too. I am no longer on keto. Keto's purpose was to give me energy and help me lose some weight before she got up here, which has been completed. And I figured maybe it would be best to slowly work the carbs back in this week. You are free from McRib. Take off. Blast off, baby. The McGlutton. Oh, yeah. Looking like some of their ice cream concoctions. What can you get with your 300 points you get for buying early access? Yeah, you can get tabs if you want. Did you play the original Path of Exile, Laz? Got a couple. They suck, but why do I keep buying it? Because they're exclusive. That's called delicious mediocrity, Abyss. Yep, okay, yeah. So the stash tabs in the first game, towards the end especially, became amazing. So yeah, stash tabs are going to be your primary draw. There's also cosmetics. But the thing with the stash tabs is, it's not just about the space. They add the premium tabs, and those motherfuckers are incredible. You end up getting so much currency and in uniques and things like that that you want to save. There's a unique tab that sorts them all for you and lets you search. It acts as one tab. Every single unique, a single one can be stored in there. The currency tab, all you have to, and you can set it up so all you do is just control click, it goes right into the right spot. You know, you'll save so much time with them. You let that facial hair go any longer, you have to start wearing a waistcoat and carrying a pocket watch. Dude, that's what we're going for, Pingus. I'm so into that. I don't know. I think it... A part of me just says, man, that looks dumb, shave it. But the other part's like, you know what? It's just different, that's all. It's just something different. And I've gotten some nice compliments on it, too, even though it's not grown out so well. But, hey. We'll get groceries later, but I'm going to get myself in the crib knockoff for the microwave. One of them Hungry Man patties. There we are. Don't need currency with no currency. Currency tab with no currency. You're right about that. If you're poor, you don't need a currency tab. But with a game like this, you will eventually get rich. an English patrolman from Jack the Ripper era. We need to find out what it's called. Surely the facial hair has a name. The $90 WoW mount made 100 million so far. No way. No way. That's not possible. That would imply that 111,000 idiots bought it. I'm sorry if one of you are in the chat. That's too much money. I'm scolding you. I'm not making fun of you, I'm scolding you. $90 fucking for a mount. It's tough love, it really is. Nah, wait till January then, Clamp. I nearly did. Yeah, and you're a sick individual, Jason. I've known that for a decade plus. $90. And this is why all of these games keep exploiting gamers. All these games that come out, like, oh shit, WoW did it. Pre-order now, get a 3-day head start. But you have to buy the $110 pack. It's because they know people are going to buy it, and they're going to make tons of money doing it, so of course they're going to do it. I did buy a year sub for the mounts and cosmetics that came with that. Okay. I mean, if it's dual function and you're saving money, maybe. Mount costs more than a new game. Right? That's insane. That's actually insane. What game charges 90? So World of Warcraft had an old mount. I don't remember how you got it before. I think it was just really expensive, right, Kraos? I know Quantum has it, but it's super rare. And the mount itself has an auction house on it. So by having this mount, you always have an auction house near you. So if I was right here and I wanted to go to a shop and buy things from players, boop, you hit the button, you're on the auction house. It's an extremely powerful cosmetic item. It's not cosmetic, it's functional at that point. Where it should be cosmetic. It's hard for me to imagine what 5 million gold is. Pay for it, to be honest, if my main was WoW. Oh my god, Vayne, no. No, 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 not you. $90. I guess part of what's shitty about it was available without pay to win in the beginning, and then they took it away and made it pay to win eventually, a long time later. It is too much of a benefit, and that's why it's exploitative. And I you know, I gave the tough love, but also I do understand. To be fair, if you paid for the new one in gold, it is cheaper by buying tokens. That's a verbal workaround in the same way that I said I didn't buy Diablo 4, and I didn't give Blizzard money because I used tokens. Because realistically, using the tokens, someone gave them money in my stead. So my moral high ground is gone. About $300? That's nutty. Yes, it does, Pingus. Which is why it's a requirement. How does that work? You get on the... So, they've had these for a while. I forget, the first one I think was a repair vendor. Which, again, in my opinion, is crap, because it used to be engineering had a strong function of making repair bots, and you'd bring repair bots to raids, and it was another consumable. And now you just run outside and click a button when you can. But, yeah, the NPCs ride... So, I guess in Burning Crusade, they introduced mounts that 2 people could ride, and they started creating ones that multiple people could ride, and they placed NPCs in place of the player in. So it's an NPC who functions as an auction house. Yeah, likely so, Clamp. Alright, we got our point. Let's go waste this. Damage, crit, hit, strength, in. Woo! I'm looking for another little side thing out here. I don't think it's too important, but I'd like to do it. Things have come a long ways. Yeah, they've gone backwards. In terms of design, they've gone backwards. Because to me, that just simplifies so many things. I'm always going to go back to Final Fantasy XI, and I know almost no one except Flap, and maybe 1 or 2 other people like Mice care about that game in chat, but I think it's very important to inconvenience player at the start of the game to open up avenues of opportunity later in the game. So, example, limited inventory space. What is this? 150, 150, that's what I have. Okay. Limited inventory space. You have to craft things. You can only hold 30 reagents. It takes time to run from crafting station to auction house. Really fucking annoying to level crafting, right? Until someone comes along and says, wait a minute, there's personal bazaars in this game, which means I can carry also my inventory space full of what they need. I can stand next to the place where they craft, and I can take the auction house price and add 10, 20, 30, 50% on top of it, and if people want to buy it from me, they can, or they can walk there. So now, they're making profit through giving convenience to other players, and it's just like a totally natural experience to have pop in, or organic, I guess. Is 11 better than 14? If I answered that question, there is a non-zero percentage of people that would unfollow and leave in this chat right now. I'm not pointing any fingers. Sure, it's very different. I love Final... Oh, what did we click? I love Final Fantasy XI. I think it's better personally, but it's also old and crusty. Oh, we clicked exactly what we need.
Yes.
And as Clamp said, it is very different. Dude, this motherfucker moves around.
Sorry, I was too...
Oh, you tempted me. Man, I can't get rid of that. I need that. I need it. Actually, hold on to that. I don't... Oh, I have... Okay.
Stay safe.
One of the few MMOs I never touched. 11 is another crack game like PoE.
Take a look.
They're games that I would say disrespect your time. Interesting. Okay, well, we're gonna buy all the socket items here because they're dirt fucking cheap. Because you can disenchant these. This is pro tip. You disenchant these to get Artificer's Orbs, which you can then put sockets into things with, up to 2 sockets. Hey, thank you, Joe. Elder Scrolls MMO's GOAT. I hated that when I played it. No disrespect to the people who enjoy it, but that was not a game for me. Damage. Deal less damage. I mean, that seems like a win. I might as well take it, right? Even if I don't use it, I might as well take it. It's something I can be doing to help increase my defenses, and at some point, I'd like to be able to either automate it or cast it quicker. So let's kick that up. I wonder what else we're going to get in here. That's a minion thing. Bone Storm, I'm kind of excited. What do you disenchant for those? Anything with a socket in them. And you don't disenchant, Joe. Hold on a moment. Once you get a little further, you unlock a salvaging bench, and you plop things in there. Would you consider EverQuest an MMO? Absolutely. I would consider anything with the capacity of having 1,000 or more players on the same server concurrently an MMO. Is that fair? That's still tough. That's still tough. Because, like, WoW, generally the zones are all... Yeah, you could probably have 1,000 people in Barrens. I don't know if it would shift them around. How about it appears like that? It appears that they're all connected playing in the same place, regardless of if they are or not.
Sorry, I was just...
But yeah, EverQuest definitely is.
Bye.
It's a very, very prime example. Oh, did I make 2? I'm such a dum-dum. Apparently I could just craft it level 4, though. Fuck me. Alright, we'll destroy our shame. We'll pop this puppy in. I don't think I'm going to use on Earth anymore. Let's pop that on the ground. Destroy. They don't sell for much. Huh. Interesting. I always thought I had to level things up. I think you could just make it. Physical. So these are our possible spells here as the occultist as we go through here. Persistent physical. Summon aggressive reaving skeletons. I'm not sure that this will be good for us. Bone offering. Minions. No, I don't think so. Skeletal brute. Man, I mean, summoner does sound fun. Physical. So detonate dead, that's for me. Vulnerability, probably for me. Shit, I might take vulnerability on my my gemling. I probably will. I've been looking for this. Bone Storm right here. Conjure a swarm of bone spikes in the air, then release to fire them at enemies that explode. That sounds nice. It's causing the next attack against that enemy to deal additional damage. We'll see about that. Rat, if you like raising zombies, there's so much good you can do in this game. So you can start with the Skeletal Warrior. There's also the Skeletal Sniper. This Unearth ability, which we were using, deals physical damage, but if you hit a corpse with it, you get these temporary little bone pets. You get the Skeletal Arsonist. You get the Frost Mage, or Zombie. Pain Offering, I think you sacrifice one of your minions, and it buffs all the others. Let's see. What is Profane Ritual? That's for chaos damage. Skeletal Reaver. That's a dual-wield axe skeleton. Skeletal Storm Mage. Skeletal Brute. Skeletal Cleric. And that's just on the occult side. Problem with minions is the bosses blow out their ass. Yeah, I can imagine that's got to be... Like, I bet the clear in the regular game is great, and then when you get to bosses, a lot of them are cock blocks. Especially because, like, a lot of them don't actually summon minions. Like, previously, they'd have a minion phase, and you'd kill their minions and turn them into your minions, and that is not a thing now. I mean, it is, but they've pulled back from it. Okay, we got our first curse. Where are we headed? Back to the farms, right? Yes. Where I probably should have just taken my portal, but I can't concentrate. I'm always doing something silly. My older daughter says I need friends. I was like, what are you talking about? Toking this chat are my homies? That's right. That's right. My stream didn't even fucking load when I started it. What the heck? I was going to say, Beef, you've got roughly 60 friends right here. Only Facebook moms care about minions. Dude, we're looking to get some extra, well... My mom is looking to get some extra Christmas stuff to put outside. And she came to me and was like, ooh, I really want to get this minion blow up. And I was like, there will be no minion in my yard. That will not be happening while I live here. When I leave again, you can do whatever you want. But while I'm here, there will be no minions. And then she said, well, what about Mickey Mouse? And I said, Mickey Mouse is fine. I respect Mickey, even if I didn't remember his game tonight. And Rad, I want you to know I did remember the game. I couldn't remember what the subtitle was to it. It's like Mickey Mouse and something something illusion. For example, he's visible from space, big minion outside. Oh, Jesus. Minions just don't ask what they were doing in their early 30s and 40s. Ooh. But a minion knight, like an onion knight. What makes an onion knight, Depot, other than its scent? Got a chicken. Speaking of Lyra, I see a chicken. And he's just living his best life. We must protect him. Which one of you sick fucks in chat? I think it was Jester said last night they wanted to be able to step on all the animals like in Diablo 2. This game is substantially more brutal than Diablo 2 with its visuals, but you will not harm that beast. It does sound like Jester. I think Onion Knight is so called because of the shape of their helmets. In Dark Souls? Is it a thing in real life? Was it a historical thing? Because I could have sworn Onion Knight was also in Final Fantasy Tactics. Wasn't that what the Final Knight was called? Did they have a helmet like that? Mayhaps real thing that both games copied? Holy hell, the trial, dude. I did the trial after stream last night. It was so miserable. I was so tired. And we kept picking the worst things. Black Knight. The base class is Onion Knight. Okay, I knew it was somewhere in there. I thought it was. Sir Davos smuggled a set of onions to the House of Baratheon. Yes, he did. Man, I picked up something really interesting in the book. I know, again, most of you people don't care, but maybe Rose would care. Maybe you two, Redso, and a couple others, but... And maybe this has already come into play, but, Melisandre was talking to Jon Snow about casting charms and glamours on people to make them look like other people. And there is a character that that happens to. I won't spoil it, but in the books, it's a big deal. And I don't actually know if it happens in the show or not. I don't remember if it happens in the show. But anyway, she mentions that the charms and glamours work best when you have a thing that belonged to the person. So like a soldier's boot. Doesn't happen in the show. Okay, cool. So this is interesting then. A soldier's boot, a piece of hair, or even something like the finger bones. Which a certain individual, Keita Stannis, lost their finger bones, the only person that had them around their neck. I didn't pick up on that before. I guess, yes, if you had an unmummified penis, you could also do that. That's a little less practical, though. Does that come up at all? I feel like that's got to be a nod. That's got to be some foreshadowing. Love little mysteries that he didn't explicitly make clear. Yeah, he did an interview at one point. Oh, this is this piece of shit. Okay, can we kill him quick? This is the mana drain one. Hold up. Mana drain, constant damage. I'm going in. I'm going in. Yeah, he had a discussion about the different kinds of writers, and one writer is the architect, which I always kind of thought I would resonate with because I generally like to plan things out, but I don't know if that's actually true. I might just have a little bit of that, but more the other one, which is the seed planter, where you plant little seeds of things around that you might do, you might not do. The gardener, okay. So I'm guessing that's something that's known. Maybe he didn't make it up, or maybe he's used it a few times. What am I doing with this? Let's get some life and attributes at least. Fuck me. I'll roll that just in case. I only got 2 transmutes. Maybe we shouldn't roll that. Yeah, very interesting, though. So that could have just been the gardener at work, which is what he said he does. Watch the same interview? Gotcha. Ha! No, Eddie, we're losing you. I guess it is Sunday. All right, man. Have a good night. Who's your favorite character? I love Victorian. What an alpha Chad. Alpha Chad, but gets fucking stepped on by his cousin. Or brother. I don't remember what brother. I don't remember what happens at the end of... If we even get any closure. Yeah, my favorite's probably the Hound. I like Stannis and the Hound. I like Bobby B. You know, Robert Baratheon. Absolutely fantastically fun character. Not a great guy, but a fun character. Oh, you got it, Eddie. Bobby B. Dude, if you don't like Bobby B, you can just leave now. Especially the portrayal in the show. God damn.
Feel my wrath.
He's a Greyjoy uncle. Right. Yeah. Well, hold on. Now, I know who he is. I said either he has a brother or a cousin. I can't remember which. I think they're brothers. Euron, the Crow, or Euron One Eye. He kind of just comes in and tramples him. I feel like Victorian, and maybe it changes as it goes, but I feel like he was a little bit like Kevin Lannister, who's a good character, but he's a follower. He likes, not that he likes to be led, but he's best in that position. Ever heard of Bobby B? Come on, Robert Baratheon. Hey, thank you, Ogremar. What I'm learning is if I keep the chin really shaved, they actually kind of pop out. And Stannis walking on Bobby B, betting his wife. Yes, yes. Well, that's all part of what makes his character great. He's like all about honor. Well, not honor, but, well, I guess law more so, not honor. What I found most interesting is I had this conversation with myself the other day, Beef. I looked up online who everyone's top 5 was. And, you know, I'm not really a huge Arya fan for some reason. She's a fun character, but I just don't... I haven't seen the fruits of her character, like what she's actually done. You know, unless whatever happens at the end of the show happens in the book. So I'm not sure how I feel about her yet. So Bobby B didn't want to go alone. He wanted a bud. He needed the breastplate stretcher. The side characters, Varys. Yes, Varys is great. Sandor, great. Melisandre's a lot of fun. She's more fun in the books than the show. Because you actually get some perspective. Yeah, I love those two. Better than her sisters. Amen. The Sansa chapters are painful. Unless the Hound's involved. Because that's a fun dynamic. That's like the proper lady who wants to see the knights and like fantasizes about marrying a knight and being a proper lady, you know, but then when she comes to King's Landing, all she finds is corrupt, shitty knights, or the good knights die. And then the knight she's probably looking for probably is Sandor. He's the most... I guess he's got his strongest code. Or maybe he's the one that's best to her. I guess maybe he's the one that's best to her. Perhaps that's what I'm looking for. Tywin Lannister's the head of the Mad King, would do anything for power. Oh boy, Rhett's giving me the short story here. The Mad King lusted for Tywin's wife. I didn't know that. Shortly after Tyrion was born, he left his position as king's hand. Tyrion's hair is said to be starkly white instead of the normal Lannister gold, and when Tyrion asked for rulership of Casterly Lock, he said, I cannot prove you are not mine. Could be. I've heard something along that theory, too. Yeah, could be. It's got a legendary LFG. Excuse me? Like a message? The one knight on the King's Guard that escaped to serve the Khaleesi's dope. Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta get my brain in the right place for his name. Oh my god, Ser Jorah Mormont. I like his dad more, but Ser Jorah Mormont of the House Friendzoned. Yes, classic. He seems more badass in the books, too. Like, in the show, he kind of looks like a normal dude. In the books, he's supposed to be pretty fucking jacked. But the actor did a great job with him. Jorah survived an incurable disease just to be friend-zoned, right? Did you know, Vane, in the books, it's Tyrion that gets the disease? I don't think there's any resolution, either. The other dude, not Mormont. Oh, you're right. Selman. Oh, I love Barristan Selmy. Sorry. You're right. I missed the Kingsguard part. Yeah, I love Selmy. He was definitely one of my favorites too. And in the books, it describes how he escapes as well. Like in the show, he just kind of walks away and it's left hanging. Like, oh, I guess he escaped the city. And in the books, he explains to Daenerys how he is like a 70-year-old dude or 65-year-old dude, overpowers and charges through a shitload of fucking knights. Doesn't get the disease, it comes in contact with it. Are you sure about that? Oh, I'm wrong. For some reason, I was sure he had it. Interesting. Does Jorah get it in the books? No. God, it's been so long since I read them. Dude, I was positive, Vane. In the books, he comes in contact with the Grayscale guys. Coddington has it. He's not in the show at all. But yeah, he has it. That's like part of his whole character. God, you even remember his name. You got a good memory, Slime. That's one of those characters that I had to look up because I'm like, who the shit is this? Oh, there goes the head. Doesn't get in the books. Okay, so I was mistaken. Tyrion, like, basically gets it. I need to get in here, otherwise Kratos is going to make fun of me for not meleeing. In that melee zone. Don't take his shit. Oh, that's a slow move. That's a slow move. Okay, woo. He's kicking my fucking ass! Go full savant when I'm in something. I used to do that, and then I found there's too many things I've gone full savant on. And now it all overlaps in my brain. Streaming has honestly been the worst thing for that. Oh, okay, that was a different move. That's gotta be the slow one. Run away. Because we've played so many games with so many characters and so many things, it all just totally blends together in my mind. What's he doing? Oh, okay, don't get hit by that. Now we got him stunned. Unfortunately, he jumped off my circles. So I gotta focus in for this. I think we're pretty tanky. Yeah, I can survive his big hits. The first time through, these were one-shots. But now that I've got my defenses shored up a little bit, it's better. Yes, it does, Rat. This is controller support. And in fact, I'm playing with WASD right now, which is the mode I think it plays you on. Let's not get caught. Big change with this game versus any other ARPG I've ever seen is there's collision with everything. I can't roll through him, I have to run along him. Nice. Let me see, can I just... Oh, my controller's not plugged in, it might not recognize it. I must always have it plugged in, but I just redid my setup last week. I'm making a very concise effort to scale back my online presence because it feels like my brain's getting drawn and quartered, which is fair. Yeah. I think specialization is good. Ooh. Played the Game of Thrones RPG a long time ago? Which one's that? There's a board game. No, it's not a board. It's a Risk-like game. Yeah, I don't think it's out for console yet. Is this out for console? Shit, actually, if Joe's playing it, probably is. I think he doesn't have a computer. I think he uses PlayStation. I think it is. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it is because I heard, was it 98 yesterday, mentioning that there was some sort of PlayStation PSSR scaling stuff they do that looked less good than the PC. We'll say way less gooder. It's an actual PS2 or PS3 game? No shit, what? List of Song and Fire games. Game of Thrones, Windows, first game, 2011. There's a PS3 one called Game of Thrones, you're right. That's probably the one you're talking about. Xbox 360, PS3? Really? I have never even considered playing a Game of Thrones game. Makes an appearance as Maester Martin? Oh, for fuck's sake. Man, enough appearances. Get back to the books. What's up, Benny? Thank you for that raid and welcome to the Raiders. It's safe to say I'm never playing this on the hardcore. Bro, trust me, once you've played a few times, you'll feel better about that. I mean, you might still, maybe that's just not for you, but I've seen, especially amongst my friends who struggled with Melee at first and they're going back through on Melee now that they've had a pass on the game, it gets better. You learn what you need and it gets much better. How are we doing today, Fenny? I had confidence, thank you, 98. I did not. I did not. You know what? Oh, we're toast, I'm stuck. I can't move. Come on, cast, you fool, cast! No, no way. That's classic case of getting stuck in corner. And there was shit behind me I wasn't hitting and there was a light on my side. Anywho, I especially lost confidence in myself when I saw that there was an entire Sonic and Friends list. Entire one. But I surprised myself knowing, apparently knowing more than I thought about Sonic. Oh shoot, we leveled up. I needed to go back to town and check the stores. I feel like if you're struggling in this game, one of the best things you can pick up as a tip is not to look for drops in the game world, but to go back to town every single level, because that's when the stores refresh. Just scan over the items and see what looks good for your character. Health, resist. Furry side, yeah, okay. Generation good, but I really wanted to get this to make my AoE bigger first. And these are actual spell power nodes too, which would be more scaling. So we got the twin. No, no, no. I fucked that up. I jumped the gun, man. It was the first question. I'm by nature, I tend to be more reserved when I think about something. That may not show on stream, but by nature, that's usually my way. I'll think, I'll consider.
How's the clearing?
And I think on Jeopardy, where we're playing for no negative points,
For what it isn't
that's a hindrance. So I'm trying to push myself to answer more.
Sorry, I was.
And on that one, I jumped on it because I was like, easy. It's their tail. And then I was like, shit. That's too simple. There's something missing. Ooh, ooh, we got Bone Storm. I mean, yes, I could level Bone. We gotta try the Storm. I gotta see it. Sonic was such an innocent franchise that I loved in the past. Now the fandom has scared me away. I feel that. I feel like within the... Well, never mind. I was gonna say I feel like within the retro community, most of the players here honestly enjoy Sonic as opposed to obsessing over it. But I've seen some streamers with a lot of Sonic paraphernalia in the background, like a concerning amount.
If you find
I saw one just today who I actually know somewhat well.
you have a keen eye.
And I was like, wow, that's a lot of Sonic stuff. Alright, first pass, I'm looking for socketed stuff. We're having a tail. Apparently two. I mean, if you're getting bullied for... Well, I guess maybe they'll get bullied for both. We'll see who's getting bullied when everyone else is falling down pits and dying, and Tails can just hover over top of them. Sonic fandom should be a field anthropology study? Yeah, seriously. Okay, so boots aren't bad. That's not worth trying to upgrade. I definitely want armor on some things, especially the chest. I need an armor chest piece. I could... That's already got two. So the way this game works, I guess I should explain what I'm looking for here, since a lot of you guys don't play. So any white item, when you use a transmute, will turn into a blue item and get one stat on it. And then you can use another orb to add a second stat to it. So that's what those two currencies are. And then there's a much more rare currency that will upgrade it to a yellow item and give it one more stat. And then there's another currency that adds more. So it's all gamble. You're trying to craft and gamble an item. So as to try to alleviate that, I want to look here and look for something that looks like... Let's get an example, maybe. I guess if you were an energy shield user, this has energy shield on it, and intelligence, which I think gives you more energy shield. I would probably want double energy shield rolls on it if I was going to do the third modifier, because that's rarer. Let's find a good example. What kind of weapons you got? Alright, so maybe, I mean, this is a bad one, but this is okay. It's 3 to 6 physical, so you can roll percent physical on it as well. So if you hit that with your upgrade, then you've crafted something nice. It works a lot better for armors, though, because armor's got more things you could possibly want. I was kind of curious to see. Because my main character uses crit now. So you can actually roll an added 1% crit. Which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but everything's multiplicative of the base in this game. So if you only have 5% chance to crit... When you get something that says increases chance to crit by 20%, you're not getting 25% chance to crit. You're taking that 5 and multiplying it by 0.2, 20%, and adding it on, so you're actually getting 1%. But by getting adds 1.04 to your crit, now when you take that 20, you would get multiplied by 6. So you would get 1.2. So those base points really add up. Wonder how high we can get that. I need to get that super high. Otherwise, it feels worthless. Yeah, here'd be a good example. An item with health, always a good one to add to. We've got a decent one up here. Really need some body armor. He's getting pretty outdated. What about gloves? Any plate gloves? And no gloves. And no love, no glove.
Go well.
Do you have mutton chops? Maggie, I'm not sure if I would call it mutton chops. No. But it's close. Have you ever seen... Maggie, you'll love this. Hold on. Let me go to my DMs with Mags. This is not what I have either, but she sent me this. And it was pretty funny. She told me it reminded her of this character. Right here. In fact, she sent me a couple. No. No. No, no, no. Hold on, I'll show you what it actually is. I just don't grow it well. It's supposed to... She's right. That's probably the effect it gives off, and I think that's why it's kind of charming. In a really weird way. Here's what it's supposed to be like. Like this dude here. But I don't have the mustache. Like the mustache is trying to grow in. If I look straight ahead, you might be able to see it better. Beard styles of the American frontier. I think to make it work though, I gotta shave bald across the top and just keep the sides and back. Oh, there you go. There's a colored in picture. Oh, man. How are you doing, Maggie? Okay, we get this. I gotta smash it. TK bald. I always told myself we would shave the head if I started going bald, but it hasn't happened yet. A coat. Yeah, our bone cage. I got Bone Storm. I gotta try out Bone Storm. Gotta dye those mutton chops, but they're more visible now. If I dyed them, they would definitely be more visible. You're right. I think that's what you're implying. But then I lose my, like, distinguished gray thing going on here. Alright, let's check this skill out. Does it suck? Oh, that's a channel skill. That's a channeled skill. Ooh, interesting. And what's the DPS look like? 7. Yikes. Before they were super hard to see, I can see them clear as day now. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I think, Laz, that's because if I don't shave it real short here, if I get a little here, it just doesn't... I don't know. The pinkness of my skin makes them pop out versus if it's all gray. Finishing a project that I just started today at 11:59. Not my best moment. Oh, it's been a long day, Maggie. A long day. Deal no chaos. Deal no elemental. I mean, that's me. Brutality. Frankly, I should have had brutality and bone blast. I don't know why these assholes. Yagi with the 25 for fucking. Support skills remove 100% of your maximum life from a nearby minion to deal damage. Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, let's get a brutality going in there. That sounds fun. How cold is it outside? Here it is like 30. Man, oh boy, look at that. That's ridiculous looking. But to what end? I guess that's okay. I am a little saddened though. Why do you go in there? I don't even want to know. You shouldn't work. Magnified effect. You are not an... Oh, you are an AoE, but your effect... Huh? How does that affect him? Does it make my bones wider? Six to 6, huh? No chaos damage. I guess it nullifies the chance to bleed, so it makes it mad. Okay. There you go. I know it was you talking about that yesterday, 98. Have you been playing it? Old Toki Wide Bones. Hey, what are you trying to say? What are you getting at? I wonder what's going to scale the speed for Bone Storm. This takes way too long. I'll wait for it to go free. Gotcha. 6 to 12 months. Oh wow, it stuns like crazy. Is it worth it? I don't know. I kind of was hoping Bone Storm would be like a circle around me. Takes long, but looks cool. It looks super cool, I agree. I'm curious what we can do. So like this ability here, Spell Cascade. Can't be socketed into, okay, so the Cascade can't be put in there. Why can't Cascade be put in here? Oh, there's fucking blood on the ground. I guess because it's an AoE, so it scales off of AoE damage, which is nice. But it doesn't actually function as an AoE. I'm really concerned about what do you even do? You don't even give it damage. Debuffed enemies take 21. What does this mean? Shrapnel lodged into each enemy hit causes the next attack against that enemy to deal additional damage. But for some reason, even though brutality is suggested for... Oh, the DPS... I'm so dumb. The DPS is to the right. 61 up to 82. Fucking heck. Okay. All right. Let's try it up here. I was like, 7, 6, 5. That's not very good. All right. Let's see. 59. So that goes up to 79. Hey, what's up, Savage? So if I didn't want to use Cascade, I could just work it this way. What's your girl think of your new look? Mag said she thought... At first, she laughed. But I think it won her over at the end. I'm fairly certain it wins her over at the end. Okay, well, the reason we wouldn't put this in here, though, is because Bone Blast can cause bleed. And I'm kind of sort of thinking I wanted to try bleeding with it. Kinda like the dwarf? Hell yeah. Absolutely badass. We'll see. I'm still going in circles on this. So let's get brutality out of there. What if I get rid of magnified effect? What do you do? 40% more area. How much does this truck now? Does it do good? This guy's got extra energy shield, so not the best target to test on. And these guys are walking at me, which, believe it or not, is a huge pain in the ass. Here we go. Well, they hit hard. It's a cool ability. It definitely does some damage. Definitely does some damage. So I suppose Bone Storm will maybe even be our boss killer. Hey, welcome, Alara? Maybe. I don't know. Was there another one? I'm spinning in circles now. It's not the ability I thought it was. And, you know, if I were a wiser man, I would have just watched the ability. Because you can actually click on them, in some cases, and see it first. Is there another skill? There's not even really another skill I'd use. So yeah, I have a couple fears about this. I basically need a perfect wand to make this good. Every time I level and I need to... Or every time I guess there's a new tier available, I need to get it. I'm kind of debating on using this for damage. 14 zone, so we've kind of caught up to our level here too, which is why DPS is slowing down. We'll see. I'm gonna play it out for a little while longer because we're just starting to hit into some of our some of our damage skills. Or rather passives.
Steel yourself.
How's that? Is that where we came in or something? Nope, just a little red pit. Applied for a pediatric gig at a hospital. If I'm not allowed to kiss the babes, I'm not taking it. Well, you might as well withdraw the application now. Oh, thank you, Alara. See, Alara likes the mutton chops, too. Shit, I didn't even check the vendor for the possible upgrades to wand.
Hello. These are just some odds and ends of mine.
Okay, so there you go. This is already level 5 Bone Blast. Duration and charges. Oh, it's a charm. Ring and neck, not really of use. Like they make you look a baron or a duke. I love that.
How can I help?
Maybe our next look, I'll be switching over from the tank top to like one of those official. I don't know what they are. It's like old generals' greaves or like pauldron style things they wear with the cape. Seems very reasonable to me.
Till next time.
Person in my college who had mutton chops, and I very much enjoyed yelling across the room, "Hey, chops," to get his attention. How did he feel about that?
Steel yourself.
He hated it, I bet. Damn, does this cause bleed too? Bone cage? Oh, I put lacerate in it though. Oh, okay. So that would be interesting, putting lacerate in the bone toss too. So I'm almost sure bleeds can stack. Shit, do we need to come up here? Give us a checkpoint. To get a whole cheese wheel tonight. Sure it was a Babel. I did get some Babel Gouda. Shout out to Liratov for reminding me that Babel exists and causing a financial crisis in my life, because those things are not cheap.
Fear will best you.
There's just something very appealing about opening one of those little wheels of cheese. Oh, good lord, they're kicking my ass. Oh, I didn't even think about playing with the wax afterwards. That's big brain. What's going on? Why are you so shitty? Why you kill me? I am so dead. So dead. So dead. Oh, because he revives minions and I wasn't killing him. I see. You get away from me. You get away from me. They've got me cornered. I've got him pinned, though. But he's got energy shield and gives it as an aura, too. So it's going to be tough for me to break through that without any way to heal. Oh, and he bleeds me too. That's shitty. Come on. Okay, we pin. We give him the combo. See how he likes that. Wow, that broke his stun like instantly. That's great. Pin. Combo. Okay, nice. We have an awful cost efficiency as cheese goes. Yeah. I mean, I could buy... Usually, some kind of cheese is on sale for, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 blocks for 6 for, like, the small little... Not big blocks. The Bay Bells are, like, $6 for a bag, though. I think they're 7 for a 12 count. Even if they are delicious. Man, y'all are making me hungry for some cheese, though.
Tower.
We could definitely work that in. It scales off everything I use. Maybe if we can get, like, a faster cast speed specifically for that. I prefer feta cheese as the highest amount of protein per serving. Cottage cheese. But if you're just talking something actual eatable with other stuff. But cottage cheese beef, if you're looking to get a shitload of protein, you get that, what is it, like 1% milk fat cottage cheese? It is insane. Thought you couldn't start stream late just because you were hanging out with Rat, did you? I was trying to drop your streak again. I'm trying to shake you off after I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So we'll play with this. I like this skill. It's just too slow. But slow cast speed is a problem to overcome with build. Yeah, there's a reason all the old school bodybuilders used to eat cottage cheese. They probably still do. That shit's incredible. If you get 1% fat, it's like... What do I want to say here? I'm trying to do the math, do the explanation of the math in my head here. It's pretty much protein shake in cheese form. These thermaturges are not playing. I need to get back and heal. Oh, it's not going to happen. They've taken me. They've taken me like Liam Neeson's daughter. Now, there's that part of me that's like, you can make it. Just keep pressing forward. You can make it. We should be pretty much to the next zone. I'm hoping we should be able to get to the... Yeah, we'll definitely get to the Act 1 boss tonight. Which I think by itself could sell a lot of people on the fight, or on the game. It's Kaizen protein too, which is great before bed. That I didn't know. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I am starving. It is 1:30. I know because Alara is here. I will be right back. I'll run back to the encampment. I will be back in just a second. I'm going to gorge myself with some cottage cheese. Alright, we back. Back to working on my game? Yeah, you should have, Peepo. What's been going on with that? I've been hearing about it for quite a while. Hey, thank you, Wonka. Thank you, AVD. Oh, thank you, Alara. Alright, we were getting our butts kicked. Yes. Yes, that is what was happening here. Manor. Okay. Yeah, there's the boss, but there's also something else we can fight down here. Did you watch your cheese hand? Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Das. Yes, I did just take a spoon and eat a shitload of cottage cheese. We only have the 4% though, because I haven't been eating it. I said usually when I eat it, I'll go for the 1%. The 4% cottage cheese, every serving is like 100 calories to 14 grams of protein or something like that. Maybe 120 and 14. It's still a good ratio. But the other ones, I'm pretty sure you get like 100 to 28 calorie to protein. Check Waterloo Lemon Lime out. Tastes just like Sprite. I could try it. Y'all been hyping up the Waterloo, but like this one right here, the key lime, I'm telling you. Not the lime, the key lime. Hey, thank you, Laz. I love these things. You have to drink them within like a minute or two. But for that minute or two, it does. It tastes like fucking Sprite. And it hits a lot of the same spots.
Steel yourself.
Everything hits so hard in here. That's got to figure something out. I was really trying to think about how we get some life leech or something. But I think this is also a part of the game where it starts to get tough. Things do start to hit hard. And we're not quite at the point where we have the toolkit that we need. Do you love Sprite? I do. I haven't had it in a very long time. Good God, man. Good God. Definitely wanted to check and see under supports if we can get a cast speed. Any sort of cast speed. Cast speed in general will really get us cooking. Let's look at our talents. Got a winter spiced cranberry Sprite. Oh, that does sound delightful. There it is. That's where we're heading. Cast speed. Cast speed. Critical hit chance for spells. Good stuff. Cast speed. Int if we want it. If we wanted energy shield. Spell damage. I took out over here. I'm just peeking around here. Like, what could I get for life leech? Is there a nearby-ish life leech node? I know there was some. I probably spelled that wrong. When we type this up here, we get a little flashing. Down here, I think we get some life leech. No sign up top. What the heck is this? Oh, elemental damage. I spy some out here. 15% leech is slower. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get so lucky. I think our defenses will probably more so be just life leech, I'm sorry, life regen. Because we are going to run through a lot of those nodes. Do you have regen too? Oh, I wonder, regen's different while moving. Yeah, we could totally take this for some defenses. We're going to fly right through some more here. What are these? And stun recovery. What are you? Melee attack speed. No, thank you. Life for generation rate. I don't know how strong those 15% are. Like, I'm guessing the 0.2s here are a base. And then this is an increased percentage multiplier. There's something about Christmas flavored taste bad. I feel like every time something's Christmas flavor, it's got like, I don't know if it's too much in it. Is it like a spiced flavor? I'm thinking of like spiced wines or something when I think of Christmas flavored.
Fear will best you.
Gingerbread? Oh, there you go. That's true. But gingerbread's great in gingerbread and in gingerbread itself. I don't know about in other things. I guess we level. Gotta go check the vendors. Makes me want some mead. Hell yeah. When Skyrim was announced, I knew I was going all in on it. And I guess I was living in Massachusetts at the time. And I drove to 4 different beer places to find mead, but I did get it. And I got drunk as fuck off mead and leveled my character. It was like a 3-day play binge.
Thank you.
Hello.
Got a ginger spice coffee. And I drank it all before I got to the rest of the box. Hot damn. Alright, Afro is a man of the ginger spice. Oh. I think I want the Regal shards more than the Artificers right now? I don't even know. Ooh, 29 health base. Hold up. I gotta roll that. It probably won't come to anything. Brewed my own mead last year. It was awful. Do you know what you did wrong? I tried doing some, I made a ginger bug, and then I tried doing some, what was it, aged sodas a couple years ago, and, you know, I brewed them, and I put them in the containers, and then I clicked the tops on all the bottles, and you were supposed to pop it and get like a, and that did not happen. I was very disappointed. I don't think this is good enough to waste crafting on. I was a fool. Brewed my own. Added cinnamon to my green tea. That's as far as I'm going. Cinnamon green tea. That's kind of already deranged, man. Come on. 12 life, 60 armor. I need like these 96 armors to pop. It's not. Lipton sells it? Okay. I guess we'll at least roll this one. Int. Ooh. Oh, those are cool. Those are a really good base. Just for low-level stuff. I didn't even know you could get gloves with the melee skills on them. Okay, I'll buy that. Maybe I'll level a melee character and want those. No clue, followed a recipe, it just tastes odd. I don't know what to do to fix it. Still have the jug. I wonder if it had something to do with aging or maybe contamination in some way when they were bottled, or I don't know. I guess it would you'd have to be able to like hone in on what the taste is. This time a little more well rested. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Huntress. Good morning to you.
Owner's house.
You know, I'm feeling pretty good right now too.
Boy, then.
Yes.
Pretty
These are
good,
just
pretty
some
good.
odds and ends of mine.
Some of these wands sound kind of fun. I don't know if Power Siphon counts as physical. Can we see? Oh. Dude, what if we tried those? Power Siphon also gives you power charges. That's got potential. I don't know. So we opened up more wand types. Totally fell asleep during stream yesterday because they're like 3 hours of sleep. It's not all this Castlevania play that's keeping you up, is it? Or was it Pokemon? If he was a white wand, I might try to roll him. Might get another level of Bone Blast. But this is tricky because this is a level 4 one. It's got 1 to physical spells, and it's got physical physical damage on it, which is exactly what we want. I have always been a bit scared of curing my own meat or brewing drinks. I know I'll eventually make some toxic stuff. I've thought about that too, honestly.
It seems shadows haunt us both.
I feel like, though, if you do the research, you can probably tell. Like, if it stinks really shitty, it's probably bad meat.
What would you like?
Man, do I even need these gems anymore? I don't think so. Is there something we wanted out of these to try? Not really. Nope. I have a feeling maybe this build could work as well had things come out a little later. Like these primal skills. Maybe there'll be like a nice primal skill that are synergized with me. But we have what we have for right now. Yeah, I believe so, Beef. Although I'd call what I have not mutton chops. Mine is it's the constable beard, man. It's going through. It's connected. Try to go to bed earlier, but sometimes just can't sleep through. I should get tested for insomnia. I'm good. I don't know. After years and years of being a night owl, I just accept it. Pretty easy to test for contamination, or just tell from looking at it if you research a bit. Just go for it. Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. I'm never sure what to make of, say, old lunch meat that's in the fridge. Or old meat in general, because I usually try to cook it up, and I'm pretty close to the day if I'm going over the date. But the other day I had something that I opened, and first off, I think there were some sausages. The container was like bloated, like there was air coming up. It was like a pocket. It was filled. And when I opened that thing, it smelled so vile. There was no question. You could not possibly have thought that would be good to eat. So I feel like if it's bad, you're probably gonna know. That time it was close, I would say, tool chest. You take melatonin. I know you're probably speaking to Huntress, but in case you're pointing at me, Foobs, melatonin has not Foobs. Fuck, Peepo. Melatonin has always made my legs restless for some reason. What's up, Iron Ghost? How's it going, dude? It's like without fail. Melatonin makes me so nice and feeling like I'm drowsy. And then I lay down, and my legs just, like, go nuts. It might even be, like, an anxiety. Like, somehow triggers an anxiety in me. This seems like a problem. I feel like I don't have damage, and I am stuck. I am stuck in my own hellscape. We're gonna get in the bubble to do damage. That's the only thing we have that deals damage. This fucking spell rips. What the fuck? Look at it. That is a spell right there. Good God, man. I've ended the ice cream portion of the last special and begun the monster portion. I just can't believe you don't eat them together. It is the way. Is there like a faster cast? Yes. Engrave. We're gonna test this puppy out. Bone Storm. We can see some stats on this. Cast time. No, it might be over here for cast time. Because they give you, like, everything. Total damage. Cast per second is 1.33. 5. About 5 seconds to full. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yep, it is about 25% faster with cast speed. One day I'll try it. Let it rip, baby. Let it rip. So cast speed is just going to make me better in general, as you could probably assume. Alright. Well, we're liking this. Yeah, we're liking that. The only thing that ever worked for me were those insane sleeping pills a doctor prescribed during the pandemic after meeting literally once. Like half, or I'd sleep for 12 hours. Needless to say, did not take them off the... Oh man, they just knock you the fuck out.
Fear will best you.
Hey, enjoy, Huntress. Perhaps the era of the wand has ended. Or I guess the era of Bone Blast has ended. We are now the Bone Storm. If I knew I was going to be using Bone Storm, I probably would have named myself Millhouse. For you cultured Simpsons enjoyers. No, not Motor Storm. I'm bummed. I thought Bone Storm would be like a nice little AoE. But I guess that's okay. And if we really want to get funky, I can start to make a shift here. Yeah, Thrill House was his name. The game was Bone Storm, eh? Yeah. More of a Lee Cavaliero's putting challenge kind of guy. Oh, that's such a good episode. I keep thinking I'm gonna watch some new episodes of The Simpsons, assuming they're still churning them out, just to see what it's like. It's a different time. This just seems more effective, although I've certainly betrayed the order of the melee wand. But there's no denying how much more effective this is. It simply cannot be. Stairs. Okay, we don't actually want to go down here yet. I'm a big dum-dum, and I literally ran past the checkpoint. How often do you watch things, Nasacrim? You should watch this year's season premiere of The Simpsons. It's really good and self-aware at its age of reputation. Okay. Me and Mangs made a list of stuff to watch, and we did actually get through. Like, when she's up here, we'll get through things, but like, I do not watch things when she's not here usually. This guy here, this guy right here. Do not miss this if you're playing the game. You want your gems, your skills, your stat points rather.
What madness is this?
Madness. This is Bone Storm. Jesus fucking Christ, it obliterated him. Did you see the damage? What's this look like? Is he just weak? No, he's not really weak. Bone Storm's just fucking nuts, dude. Now, how about can we root him in place here? Rooting him's gonna be tough. Boss? What boss? I don't see no boss. I can roll over him with this and try and bleed him up, too. Trying to get a feel for bleed. That root's been placed. We're just gonna full cast and let it rip. Oh, wow, and it stacks more bone shards. Yeah, we're basically a heavy armor bone necro at this point. Yeah. I think what I want to do will be better enhanced when we play a Druid, though. And like, I don't even need these area of effect talents now. Shit, this has got me reeling, dude. Man, quick work of this foolish boss. He's like a little baby. He's like a baby. All right, these talents are so good. Yeah, I mean, I can drop out of the area of effect stuff. I thought it would be nice to cut through here. All the crit stuff would be good as well, though. For these physical spells, I really wanted to hit some of these nodes, but that's... Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make you guys watch me go through the tree again, because I know it's... For people who don't play, it's rough. R-U-F-F, rough. Yeah, okay, what about, yeah, I'm starting to think, well, I don't know. See, these are really nice because these still help us stay tanky, though. These are all life regeneration. These just don't really seem worth it. Honestly, they seem pretty crap, if I had to guess. Now, this will give me area damage, but the thing is, 10% area damage for 3 points, pretty junk. There's an area spell. And if I wanted to use Bone Cage, I want to be close, I think. I don't know. I feel like I might as well just finish it. Already waste my points. What the heck? Yeah, I guess I wasted these two already. Did I? If my life life, one bone cage at a time. I am the bone cage. Yeah, I don't know. Raider plate, worth IDing. Come on, come on, roll me some health. That ain't it, fam. You can roll me some health on these plate gloves? Nope, also not it, fam. Okay. Okay. Let's go back in vendor. Yeah, I'm really torn. Call me Atlantis Morissette, because I'm torn. Dougie, that's not Atlantis Morissette. Yeah, I know. I keep looking here, because these crit nodes could be okay. Crit hit chance, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, increases magnitude of non-damaging ailments you inflict with crit hits. Don't you mean, ha-ha! I still got it, Laz. I can still pull you. Look at all these crits, dude. Crit hit chance. I mean, if I wanted to do crits, we would need to come down here. Oh, that's interesting. If you attack and cast, you can juggle between them. And again, this is why I think the Druid will probably really help what I'm trying to do, because I think they're going to have some skills that maybe have a cooldown but do good damage. Actually, there is a way we could handle this. It would require weapon swapping. There's some abilities that greatly increase damage, but they, like, nuke the cooldown of the skill. It's like plus 50% damage, but adds 6 seconds to the skill. The skill's cooldown. Shoot, didn't we get points for that? What do we even get for that? Face? I don't want to scroll through this mess of a chat. Ugh. Oh, that was max life. Shoot. Okay, so I didn't have points. I'm silly. Okay, let's, what did I have to do? ID is good. Vendor, maybe? Heading to sleep, Foobs. Have a great night, buddy. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by tonight, man.
It seems shadows haunt us both.
And thank you guys who were all here earlier cheering us on in Jeopardy.
What have you learned?
Back to the forge.
Oh, I've learned I don't really want these. I've also learned I probably needed to come out this way. I don't know. In this point economy, how do I take these? They look so good. 10%, 10%, 20%. Skill duration. Could be some good stuff. Whatever, man.
Sorry.
Let's just get a disenchant and I will be about my way. Now, hold on just a second. Move speed, max life. My God, we've got something. Although the 3.7 life regen per second is kind of cool. I get 2.2 here. And a little dex.
It seems shadows haunt us both.
I don't think I've ever used move speed in this game. You don't get to roll like you have in the previous one. At least roll gear. Wow, it actually makes a huge difference too. I feel like I'm lightning fast right now. Well, we didn't get skill points like I thought we were going to, but we got some extra life. That's cool. And we are coming up on the Act 1 boss, which 16 is about the level you want to be for. This could be a plowing. Can't play all the move speed ones in Act 2, yeah. Once you're used to going fast, it's hard to go slow. That's the Sonic paradox. So I guess this skill is going to be all about learning how many we need to kill. Oh, is there a Pierce gem? Well, this is probably my boss killer. I really think Bone Cage is how I'm gonna kill things. How many do I need to kill you? The damage seems impressive, but you get damage bonus per stack of each hit of it. I was thinking Pierce would be kind of cool on this. If we had the bullets all pierce through and shotgun down a hallway. Oh, this looks like death. What a cruel death it shall be. What do you have for me, pal? Ooh, rarity. I need dex for it, but 39 life, I'm into that. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of dexterity, which I think will come in not right there, as it turns out.
Time is nigh.
Oh, we're getting close.
Face me.
Die, monsters. Please, God, die. Leave me alone. Leave my poor fragile build alone. I don't really have anything on our life flask. Well, that's not what I needed. Tossed. I don't know. I still feel like I've betrayed my main ability. Gotta go fast. All my life I've wanted to go fast. How hard do I get hit normally? Trying to decide if casting is making me take more damage or not. I don't think it is. I think being in melee and also moving slow is kind of like double dipping in shittiness. I'm taking my weakness and I'm making myself twice as weak. +1 to all projectile skills. My dude. Well, that's kind of cool. Can we aug on to it? Energy shield. Not really it. Let me try just for shits. I'm curious what skill we get for these. How does this work? What is this? What is this thing? Mana drain. Siphon power from an enemy. Does it do any damage? It doesn't actually do damage. Ew, stinky. Yeah, I mean, that's an auto attack. I don't really care right now. Maybe Power Siphon could still be something worth using. More damage, more crit. Believe there's another little loot room we can find.
Feel my wrath.
Now that's the skill I need, that cool-ass laser shit. Where do I get that? I like that. I want that. That skill's for me. Decided to be a bone man, so you can't be a laser mancer now. No, but it would be nice if maybe I could use the bones to make myself tankier or something. I don't think we can. I think we're just kind of stuck with what we got. Oh, I can level up Bone Cage again. That'll give it a little extra damage. Yeah, I'm not really sure how good Bone is in this. Think there'll be Bone Shield or Bone Armor? If there is, I haven't seen it yet. A lot of the stuff revolves around minions, too. I mean, it seems apparent to me this is meant to be a minion class, but then also they were like, well, you might want to just have a couple minions, you might want to go all in on minions. You have a build in mind, or are you freeballing? Oh, I have a build in mind, but it is kind of a bullshit build. So I wanted to make the melee barbarian with a wand, where I'm like kind of the tank in here doing shit. And this kind of works here, but it's not great. So I need things that are physical that I can scale with my wand. At least initially that was my play. All right, let's back that up. So initially I have this here, right? If it's underneath it, then it explodes. It has no gems on it right now, but you can see it's not terrible. It's kind of cool, honestly. And if I put Spell Cascade into it, then it looks like that, which is actually really interesting. But making this worthwhile is tricky. Because one, I don't know how we get more slots. I'm guessing as the wand achieves its next tier, it'll unlock more slots. Because this is an auto attack. This is granted by the wand itself. And 20 to 30 fizz damage is not terrible. But then this ability is just blatantly more damage for single target. One benefit to this, though, it does have 20% chance to inflict bleed built into it. My understanding of bleed right now is it's like 15% of the initial hit in ticks, maybe? And I think you can stack a ton of bleeds. So I feel like if I got it to, say, 100% chance to bleed it, it hits 3 times, it puts 3 bleeds on. And you can increase the magnitude of the bleed through talents, too. So that's the build that I made initially. I'm kind of going back on it a little bit now, though. But I think a lot of the problem is just, you know, I'm being dumb and I started as the barbarian. So it's like all those talents that could have went to spell damage have gone to defense. And really, the defense is crap, because, like, percent health doesn't matter so much when you have no HP because you're a low level. It'll be substantially more regen when I've got 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 health stacked up. 15% armor doesn't increase your armor that much when you don't have much armor, you know? So I think what I'm doing right now will be okay in the mid-game, questionable in the late game, but in the early game, I need a bridge to get me through all my shitty talent points. And we might see the effect of the fall-off right here. This is a very badass boss. Although on the flip side, the bone shit does some damage, so it might just kill him. We really struggled on this thing as the mercenary plus melee.
Don't stop. The beast hungers.
Flap, today was Retro Jeopardy, which I won, by the way. So 9 o'clock, usual stream time, until about midnight, we were doing Jeopardy. Also, Flap, stick around. If this boss doesn't sell you on the game, then nothing will. Nah, it's so good, man. Let me get in the upright gaming position. That's thank you. It was very lucky. A lot of luck involved. See, I'm thinking, like, I could get away with building this as AoE.
And you shall have everything I promise.
And then we could just charge up the Bone Spear, because this is sick as fuck.
Move your head, my
This ability is actually cool as hell.
but a tyrant.
It does hit hard. It takes a second to build, though.
You'll pay with your life.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he does hit hard. Oh, I'm totally fucked, aren't I? Okay. I'm focusing too much on building my channel and trying to kill him, I think. Oh, shit. Oh, he's already the wolf. He summons wolves. I never saw this before. Did they change it? What? Since when does he summon wolves? This dude's got so many moves, it's wild. Maybe he does things differently depending on what you play as.
Release the beast. Give me what you promised.
Weak to do the job. I'll find someone who can. Goodbye.
Manipulative whore. How dare you?
Always putting the sword down. Wonder if we can kill him before. Okay, here we go. Now the fight actually begins.
Killing frost. Solstice of pain.
These things have a much bigger radius than they seem to. What's up, Farum? Yeah, they do some good damage.
Fang, tooth, and claw.
You know, we played this with 2 people, so 2 people might have actually made this harder. Because you get more of these phases since they have more than twice the health.
Now in tune. No tales were told. None new, none old. And their endless hunger grew ever stronger.
Alright, coming in.
I will take out your
It's great, isn't it, Alara? It's so exciting.
and favor.
I was losing my mind when we fought this guy for the first time. It was so cool. Oh, but we got a stun. Big fucking damage.
Desolation. I smell your blood. And I am
God damn, it just hits so hard, though.
desolation.
Considering that I'm not even really spec'd to damage, I did craft up a decent weapon. Okay, yeah, so we killed him super fast here. If you kill him slow, there's blood that comes down from those, and they've got a bigger radius, and if you get hit, you get corrupted.
Your mind.
If you don't kill him that quickly as well, he puts the whirlwind down that we were in. We had like 4 of those with 2-player. And the fucking shit comes down from the sky.
Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
Or we're jumping from the fog. That's pretty much what happens. He gives you the nothing personal.
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first,
Oh, that costs a lot of mana.
stop the madness.
Oh, no, no, don't go for his butthole. Oh, he's reaching in the cloaca. Oh. It's a dual utility hole.
Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
Now, if we're going back, I'm gonna disenchant shit.
You've done what the dog may the.
And y'all got any of them rewards for me? There are supposed to be a couple of skill points. I don't think I got during the campaign.
We must pursue.
Got his whole hand in there. Dude, pass the knuckles. It was insane.
Time short. Make haste.
Yes?
Is this secretly a bird? Or why the cloaca? No, no, no. The cloaca is just an organ that's awkward to talk about, so it's fun to bring up. It's fun for me to bring up, I should say. Oh, whatever. Just get rid of it. I don't want to look at it. I'll hoard all these things. Sick. Okay, let's look at the map. So you can tell where there's extra stuff because, like, this loot here. So there's a plus on that. So, first of all, like, this gallows I could have grabbed something from. I guess I missed it. Those are usually trashy. They don't really give good rewards right now for some reason. But this right here has the plus, which means we get something from it. So that's worth doing. I'm not sure what the circle means. He might actually be stats. It's probably worth doing. If there was a waypoint in here, I'd even find it. Yes, there's a plus there, so that was plus maximum life. Let's go grab those. I don't know what they are, but they're probably worth it. Be real easy, I would imagine, to do the Grellwood. I think the Bramble guy's like right in the center, too. Oh, wow, there's actually a quest in the other area, too, I missed. That might be the stat points. Garbage build needs the points to pull me through.
Fear will best you.
I'm still thinking about those AoE points. Maybe they wouldn't be terrible. It's a small amount of damage, but we do get more range. Could be handy. Alright, Grell, those little imp things in the Night Elf areas. That's what I think of when I think of Grell, for sure.
It seems no one is safe from corruption.
It's amazing how much knowledge World of Warcraft has tainted for me. This stuff's all super low level, but there is a boss here we need to find. Those are the sound effects. That's Warcraft 3 for me. Hove one on the hose. Those are also really weird D&D monsters. What are they like in D&D? Same goes for StarCraft, by the way. Probably more so for StarCraft. Something on your mind? Proceeding. It's like just all wasted knowledge buried into my skull. Excuse me, I'm trying to come through here. Like tentacled flying brains with bird beaks. I know exactly what you're talking about, actually. Okay, I have seen those before. Yeah, D&D get weird. Come out, whatever you are. That's the red veil up there, which we've already cleared. The internet has ruined more things for me, especially acronyms. Oh yeah. It ruins and enhances. Not necessarily in that order. Checkpoint. There's the boss. That is my boy. Can we kill him in one hit with a full charge? Yes. Yes, we can. He's gone. Okay, so he just dropped a skill gem. Although, because these things don't really know... Like, they don't have any, like, disenchant value. It's just all blue disenchant material. They're still worth picking up. Oblivion game knowledge takes up 90% of my brain storage. I love that game, and I love the memes, but it doesn't save up too much of mine, thank Christ. I was talking to a doctor about, oh, cognitive behavioral therapy, and I had to keep a straight face. When he starts explaining the methods, and he tells you have to take your testicles and put them in the vice grip, it gets weird. So toward of this game, the vibes and setting look immaculate, but the certain aspects of the game seem tedious. Well, what do you think's tedious? I don't have to do any of this.
How can I be of aid?
We could have just went on to the next area, but I like to complete everything, even on a second character, because I can't help myself. I can't help myself.
Stay safe, if you can.
So here we are. I mean, maybe not everything, but you know. I want to get all the stat points. I know these are just... I think these are undertuned. These are probably supposed to give you a better reward than they do. From what I heard, the Reddit was up in arms over this game because it's too slow and too hard. Like, they want PoE 1, but it's like, PoE 1 will continue to be supported, is what they've said. It's the minutes-long boss battles with multiple phases, but maybe they feel more engaging if I was playing. They definitely feel engaging while you're playing Slime, especially for a first time. I don't really know what the answer is, though, because ARPGs tend to be endgame character grinders, and the story mode's fun once, and then it's almost always just rush to endgame and start doing maps, make your build. So yeah, I don't really know what the answer is. I think as shitty as it sounds, the gameplay is just what it is until you get through it. It is fun to see the build struggle. I think something that does make this game really enjoyable, though, is that it is difficult. I know I'm making it look so easy, especially when we're on a zone like this that we've already been to, but a lot of times you're on the edge of your seat because shit can kill you. Also, fuck that, it's too slow, crowd. Hate the Zoom ARPGs. They exist already. If you want to play a Zoom RPG, you can play a Path of Exile build in the first game, where you're a literal human blender that teleports around the map, killing everything instantly. That exists. And if you want to go fast, a little bit slower than that, you can play Diablo 3, where you can spin endlessly on a barbarian through mobs, chopping them up. But that's not what this, I think, is. I think this is something different.
Together, we will rebuild.
Most people who play these games just want mindless grinders, so it's actually difficult with long boss fights. They nope out. I don't know about most. I think many of them do, and I think many people also just accept it. They accept it as the game. But I don't think it has to be. What the fuck is this? Chaos damage, cast speed. That's a weird node. 3%. Is 3% good? 3% is an okay node. See the same thing for some people I know with PoE 2. What, do they want? It's too slow? There's too much thought put in? It's really not. Like, really, this is as shitty of a character build as anyone could cook up. This is pretty much me doing all the wrong things. Like, I built through the tank section here. Probably what I should have done is skipped all this crap, jumped through the stats, and tried to get over to the spell damage. If I skipped these things and just rushed out... I mean, really, if I wanted to play this, I should have played a fucking witch. And then literally right out of the gate, we would have been scaling our damage. But I didn't, because I'm a lunatic. Because I can't do that. Building a bone cage around him with his own building. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. Basically, the boss fights are too long and difficult instead of what PoE 1 is, where you just slap a bunch of buttons and the map's clear. And you know, though, like, Path of Exile 1 at the end of the game does have a lot of difficult bosses. There's some really challenging shit in PoE 1 that I would imagine very few people have cleared that we know. Come on, take me back. That's the real fucking complaint of this game, is hitting the map or the cosmetic shop causes you to fall into this fucking, like, 10-minute long load cycle.
Every attempt to control it has ended in catastrophe.
Yeah, it's true, Kazi. And you know what, man? That's what this game will be in a year. In a year, the economy will be so... on the base ladder will be so fucking slammed with loot. You'll be able to do exactly the same thing. Because in Path of Exile 1, when it launched, it was challenging too. Not this challenging. But, like, the whole campaign was tough, because that's what the game was. The maps were fucking crap back then.
We have arrived. This outpost seems to be part of... Time is short. Make haste.
But, you know, there's certain items, like, in particular, the gold rim, which, I don't know if it exists here, but what it did was it gave you, I think, like 40 all-res. So lightning, fire, and cold, which is insane. I think perfect ones were like 40, yeah. So that just means all elemental damage against you is reduced by 40% flat from a single item.
A culture of warriors. Only the toughest.
I will have to show them what I can do.
Alright, so this part I'm not too keen on. The next part is probably the coolest town I've seen in a game. How's the bone cage looking? Is bone cage back in action? Is he back in the saddle? Oh, what the fuck that was. Put him in the cage. Hit him with the bones. He's got magma barrier on, though, so he's not taking any damage. What an asswipe. It's gonna blow up eventually. Flaw. He's got a ton of physical damage resistance. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so now we should be able to kill him. Actually, I don't think full charge is worth it on a single mob. That shield is such a counter. Holy hell. There he goes. Alright. Beaded circlet. Well, let's roll a flask. It's free. Charges gained. Okay, I like that. Increased recovery amount. And it's gone. Alright, cool. So that means whatever we do to gain charges, we will gain more. And we'll get more health back from it. Now I just have to hit a checkpoint so I don't die. You know what? I feel like at this point, we're probably good just to switch. It's getting tough for me to hit R over and over again for a primary attack. Oh shit, I didn't check the town for wands either. I'm such a dum-dum. Toki, you fucking fool. I can't believe you've gone and done this. What did you need for that helmet? Dexterity. Get ourselves a little upgrade here. Nuke my lightning resist down. Do I have a lightning rune? Right here I do. Someone out there is screaming that I'm wasting this. I'd rather have regals right now if we can disenchant those. And what do you got? All a junk as I see it.
What have you learned?
No. No refund. ID, please. Who dat? Another DE item. God, what a brutal effect. Oh Lord, he gonna blow.
Fear will best you.
Nothing good. We'll take the orb. Feels so inconsistent. Sometimes the damage feels excellent. Maybe those are just mobs with a lot of physical resist. I think we can tell by looking under the health bar. It's usually like a little yellow armor. Oh yeah, he's got the armor under him, so that's what it is. Okay. You still do alright. I don't know if this is the right way. We're looking for a boss arena out here. And then we'll be done with this part. Found this part to be really boring. Alright, that should lead us to the boss at least. Some Pride Rock shit right here. Simba. So we learned if you're near the walls on this, you'll get absolutely spear fucked. One, two, just one more. Watch the last one. Princeton, you're telling me D3 is better than PoE and D4 flopped so hard because they were trying to copy PoE? Yeah, it's not a friend. That's a fool. You don't need that toxicity in your life, Vivix. Diablo 4 flopped because it was shallow and boring, in my opinion. I don't even know if it flopped either. Like, plenty of people enjoy it. But if you're an ARPG enjoyer, there's a good chance you've played enough ARPGs that the gameplay is repetitive and 4. If you haven't played a ton, it's probably pretty fresh and fun still. Can we spear it? Yes, we can. Damn, these hyenas are such a pain in the ass. It's not stunned yet. Shit. The stun sound effect is the same as when they get knocked over, so it's fucking with me a little bit. This seems to be doing fine damage just on the boss. It's not super fast, but it's consistent. It's the Terminator walk. Oh, you John Connor. The game was garbage. ARPGs are repetitive. There's literally one way to spend your time. Yeah, I mean, my recollection of it was you found, what were they, like the rando dungeon thing that you would go do? You'd run the dungeon, and they all felt identical. Even though they were visually different, they still felt identical. You'd fill your inventory with an absolute metric fuckload of loot. It was all yellows. Every single one of them were worthless. And you would sit on the vendor and you would just convert them to currency. What was it, like enchanting currency or whatever? Or gold, I guess, based on what you need. That's how I remember it. I remember being miserable with it. And flop relates to top 4 best Diablo games of all time for sure. Well, that's a fact. That right there's a fact. So we have all of these Diablo-like or Diablo... No. Okay. So I did that. I have 2 items. Yes, I am going to convert it. Diablo 4, it would look like 1, 2, right? And then a stack of fucking 12 in that row. And then another stack of 12 across. And it'd all be the same item because you're getting so much of the same shit that's yellow over and over again. You're looking for tiny little stat tweaks that, here's the key, don't feel meaningful. When I get something in this, it takes a while, but there's not so much to filter through. And when you get it, it feels great. So I guess they take the concept and they take it to such an extreme level that it really just does start to feel like sifting numbers. But that's not what this game... I mean, it is a little bit, but it's really not what this game is, Kazzy. Like, to me, most of my loot comes from me coming back and sifting through the vendor instead of the ground. But I actually feel like the vendors have things, and then I gamba craft on them and use the currency. I don't know. I see your logic, but for whatever reason that I can't put my finger on, it feels different here. It feels more meaningful. It feels more impactful. It's been slowed down quite a bit here, too. And I totally agree on the loot filter. That was a problem they fought the whole time through. Diablo 3 was fine for the first 3 acts. Act 4 was garbage. Playing through the acts in Diablo 3 was fun. I remember playing it when it first came out. It was cool. I remember really enjoying how difficult it was at first, too. And then they nerfed literally everything.
What have you learned?
Diablo lore and cinematics are peak. That's absolutely true. However, this part of the game is fucking sick right here. This is a super cool mobile city. But the actual mechanism is fucking obnoxious to deal with. But yeah, when I first saw this, I was blown away. So cool. The town's a caravan that's just, you know, obviously it's just spinning its wheels and kind of moving in a circle, but fucking cool.
Do whatever it takes.
I am a Sala. Remain a friend.
I know, it's hard to pin down exactly why. Like, for me, I guess the biggest problem with D4 was the shallowness of it and the quantity. The quantity was just too much. Path of Exile, the quantity was too much, but it wasn't shallow, so I didn't mind it. So it had 2 factors, both of which weighed down, and nothing redeemed.
So, we mark the trail connect.
So a couple options here. I think this one's the lower one. Never played D4 because it looked exactly the same as Immortals. Really? D4 was gorgeous. I remember loading into it, seeing the world map and getting really excited. But they did the thing where the world scales to you because they wanted you to go anywhere and do anything. And I always think that's a piss idea. I've never seen that executed in a game and been happy with it. Ever. Everything's 5, right? You already have... Okay, so I already have 5 bone... What are you? Oh, I don't have it equipped. That's why I can still craft it. That's certainly a take. Have you seen a game that did world scaling proper, Vivix? What game would you like? Or are you talking about Holybeard? Because I thought D4 was beautiful. I didn't play Immortal. So I don't really have a comparison for the comment, but it's a phone game. D4 didn't look like a phone game when I played it. But Holybeard said, okay. I'd love to hear an instance that people enjoyed of the game scaling around you, where you really think it made it better versus worse. Or instead of worse. Games that come to mind. Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, I guess you scale to the world. No, yeah, the world scales to you. Yeah, look at Beef fucking coming in. Bullshit. Bullshit. I liked it because I found out that I could stay low level and beat the game easier. I liked it because I didn't have to grind it all. Gotta be FFA, you fuckers. The Elder Scrolls games. Terrible. I hate especially, I think it's Oblivion that does it. No, is it Morrowind, the encounters that come to you scale. I don't think the world scales. I believe Oblivion, the whole world scales to you, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Never level? Yeah. Skyrim does a thing that's kind of shitty, where the world doesn't totally scale to you, but particular mobs, I think maybe quest mobs do. Because I remember my very first playthrough, I tried to do a fist fighter, so we ran Khajiit. I power leveled blacksmithing so I could get the best gloves, because there's that thing that gives you fist damage. And, that totally fucked me, because all of a sudden, everything scaled up and all I got was my fucking minuscule damage increase. Things are just one-shotting me. One issue I have with ARPGs post D2 is how their stories are simultaneously overridden and in your face. That's a good point. I'll agree with that. D2 is elegant in its simplicity and just had enough connective tissue to keep you in the loop. D4, by contrast, is so proud of its characters and goes great lengths to force interaction with them. You're making me think. I don't know if that's the case here or not. I think it is a little bit too much here. Yeah, they want the story to be cool and epic. And you're right, every ARPG after D2 is that way. D2 does it a little bit, but it's not so bad. Like, most of the time, you're just given an objective and running forward. In games like this, a lot of times they loop you around. Not too many spoilerinos, but in Act 3 in this game, they do something that's awful about that. It literally, like, progressing through the story and becomes frustrating because of a warping mechanism. D3 is your example with Leah. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, what do you have in D2? Tyrael, who you barely see, but's badass when you're excited to see Tyrael when he's there. I haven't been excited to see a character in an ARPG since then, for sure. Because he's such a fucking badass. This is the cool kids town. This is a very cool town, Mice. I think this is a very creative level. First time I beat Oblivion main story, I don't think I was even level 10. No shit. Usually what I do is I just fucking crank the difficulty a slight bit to the left, just like a teensy nudge, and for some reason that always rescales it. It makes things reasonable. D2 cutscenes were hype. Right, yeah, you're always looking forward to them, because they're so badass. I still look forward to them, even when we play it, the older version. It's level 44 because I just spammed alteration spells on the door. Nice. D3 did to Diablo lore what Shadowlands did to WoW lore. That's rough. Rough, but true. I don't know. I really... The Warcraft lore was so good pre-WoW. And I would say the first 2 expansions of WoW were great with lore. I don't know. Even Burning Crusade... I feel, for me as a whole, Burning Crusade is kind of the first step off the slope. Like, I still loved it. It's like the Mass Effect 2. I still love Mass Effect 2, but it set things in motions that ruined the game, in my opinion. Even beyond flying mounts. But I love, like, the charm of original WoW for me was, I played Warcraft 3, I knew the characters a little bit, I heard stories and lore from my friends, and then I got to go into the world and experience it as a peon. The Mets is back, baby. He ain't saving shit. No shot. Restraint is underappreciated aspect in game writing, I think, because video games have a reputation for being juvenile, so writers tend to try hard to dispute that. I'm sure they feel like they have to. Yeah, I'm sure they feel... Yeah. D4 was awful with it, too, man. I read nothing in D4. There was so much fucking text that popped up, I just could not be bothered to give a fuck with it. I wanted to go kill things and have fun. So yeah, the more you bring it up, the more I definitely see it. In Diablo 2, I was never hindered by the dialogue. I never felt like, oh shit, here we go, I'm locked in again. What about Mass Effect 2 story, didn't you like? Mass Effect 2, it was less about story, more about the shift to action away from RPG and combat. I believe that's the one where they introduced the cover mechanic, right? A lot of people like the mix between them, but I prefer more RPG, less action in most games. With Path of Exile and D2 kind of being an exception because the character building process is so enjoyable for me in these games. D4 started out strong with that church scene, then it kind of meandered. God, I can't even remember it. Liked 1, but liked 2 as well. Oh, and again, I totally liked 2 as well. Hell, I don't even hate 3. I love Mass Effect. It's my favorite game. Because fuck EA. Is it about the launcher? Mass Effect 3 is on Steam, is it not? I thought they added it to Steam. Oh, you need an EA account? That's fucking lame. Even for the Legendary Edition? It's probably linked to the DLC. Either it's linked to the DLC or somehow how your character data progresses. Anywho, so the way this town works is you get to use the desert map and you tell the caravan town where to go. and then you go hop off. You just get the Legendary Edition as the first 3 for like 20 bucks. Man, that is the potential for a great, I don't know, great week of your life. Assuming you haven't played it. I want to do a replay of those games for sure. We've done 2. God, they're just such treats to play. I have so much fun with them. I get so excited for them. That Rolling Fortress was cool. I do love how imaginative the PoE setting is. It is. It's a totally different take on Magic. Well, it's a mostly different take on Magic. I've played 1 and 2, and they were great. I think I picked up Andromeda as well. Oh, dear. Well, good luck. Thoughts and prayers. Godspeed. Never forget when I made a deal with the Solarians in 3, and then wrestling jumps you in the Citadel. I remember that part. It's fucking sick, though. Oh, Rex. Okay, I was like, who the fuck is wrestling? I hate to say this, but even though Rex is my favorite of the alien character, he's probably my favorite character, I have killed him more times than not. Being Toki's friend does not pay off, folks. If you wanted a mindless grind, this is it right here. You just hold left click and walk forward, baby. Reeve is more interesting, I think. Is that the DLC Outlaw? Why don't I recognize that name? Garrus, though? I'm not a Garrus lover. He's okay, but his hype gives me pushback. Cool enemy puts his shield on the ground. The best character is the alien that kills you when you have sex with her. Samara's daughter, or is it Samara? I always mix up their names. I like her mom. Her mom's a fucking badass. Replaces Rex if he can. Oh, okay. Then I should have known his name. I'm a damn fool. It's like a dais or something they carry, but it acts as a barrier once they put it down. That's what I should do. I should learn Ice Wall and just fucking clown around with that. I think Stagger in this game is funny. I got whacked out of the air mid-vault, attacked by a boss. Ah. They have exit animations for everything. It's kind of nuts. Watch this here. So I charge this shit up, right? Roll. That's a bad example. Casting animation, roll. Casting animation, roll. Casting animation, roll. Same goes for weapons. They've done a fucking phenomenal job with that. The rolling feels so responsive, but also so weighty, it doesn't feel cheesy. And once again, I forgot to check the town. I am a damned fool. Oh well, we probably won't leave a level until the next waypoint anyway. Yeah, so it's a shield and a weapon, and apparently it crumbles. Oh, he just teleported. Because he's Shroud Walker. In their tongue, he is Shroud Walker. And Stunning Asshole. Beach Boil, the Furious. And the Dead. I think one of their, I don't know if it was an interview or something else, they did say they're monitoring how long it takes to get through the campaign, too. But some of these maps are a little big.
Cower!
I'm kind of into the, like... Man, I guess Diablo even really did this pretty well, too. D2. Like, the story can be short and sweet, but there's bonus content to go for that gives you things that are worth doing. So it becomes story by choice, or content by choice. Move. Move, 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 move. Make way, coming through. The fuck is this thing? He's dead, that's what he is. So we can appreciate about the FromSoft games as well. Yeah, you can skip through areas pretty quick. I mean the non-Elden Ring FromSoft games. Not to, you know, rag on Elden Ring. I know a lot of you guys love it a lot. I always feel so damn rewarded for exploring that really I just want to check every corner. But man, you can peel through those games. Are Souls games categorized as action RPGs? Someone said this the other day. I think they probably are. It's an action RPG by name. I mean, it's not what you think of. But, like, playing this game really shows you the blur on the line. Because you do have iframes. You do roll through things. The only difference is the camera and maybe the tightness of the controls, the precision. Are you going to play the DLC on stream? Elden Ring captured the feel of the mainline series and much better dungeon design. Oh, wait. Oh, the DLC captured it. Yeah, Rude Knight keeps asking me about it. I don't know. If someone bought it for me, I probably would. Maybe I'll put it on, like, my Steam Christmas list, and we'll see.
Face me!
I mean, you know how I felt about Elden Ring at the time. But yeah, if they change the design a little bit, I might enjoy it more. I mean, I enjoyed it plenty. It's just so fucking long. Eventually, I get tired of exploring. The rewards don't feel rewarding. The boss fights start to feel repetitive. But it's been a little while since we've played. I don't know, I'm kind of toying around with how we're doing things on stream. Since a little bit before Halloween, we've been doing like a wheel night on Friday for Retro, Sunday Animal Crossing, Tuesday Death Stranding, and 2 other days. I was talking with NASA before stream, and I can see that kind of feels disorienting because we're hopping between things. I would imagine probably a percentage of people really enjoy that because it keeps things interesting. But for people that enjoy things to be a little more coherent, like I want to watch a game and I want to see it back to back to back, it probably feels pretty bad. But damn, there's so many long games that I'm getting myself caught up in after I said I wasn't going to do any more long games. Okay, where's the caravan? This is what I hated. There it is. It actually moves on the map. Play Elden Ring and spend an hour just admiring everything. It's a gorgeous game. There's a lot to admire there for sure.
Quickly.
Definitely got caught on a couple of the views. Lightning, spell, fire. Okay, that's trash. Put that thing in the trash. Cast speed. Okay, interesting. Mana, garbage.
Who goes there? You may trade with me. For trade is
Wish
the
Archer
lifeblood
were
of
a
survival
viable
in the
build in
desert.
a Souls
It
game.
expects no kindness.
Was it not an Elden Ring? It definitely was viable in 3, Laz. Although it's not ideal, I'll grant you that. I watched one of my friends do a full, and she was obsessed with the game, but she did a full bow playthrough in 3. In 1 and 2, I don't think it is unless you, I mean, it's really tedious in 1 and 2. Yo, Dale, what's good, brother? How you been? Thank you for the 5 years of love and support. Appreciate it. My damn problem with these fucking skill gems. I have like 1 million of these bastards. I'll just, you know, I'll vendor them. How about that?
Hear you. Take your time.
Does it feel as powerful? Yeah, I'll grant you that. It probably doesn't. It probably wasn't intended.
Put this to use.
What would we even want? Oh boy. Oh yeah, Arc. There it is. Always on the Arc. VIP check, you're still good. Uh-oh. We have, well, you shouldn't have said anything, because now I'm going to point out we do have a number of VIPs. It's like Twin Blades early. Yeah, no, you're right, Laz. Like I said, it's possible, but it's definitely not intended. And it's an annoying way to play. I want to say in the earlier games, either you couldn't buy them, or the arrows were really expensive, and I think in 3 you can carry huge stacks. But it is slower and awkward, but doable. Yeah, I remember I tried to do like a dual-wield crossbow build. That didn't work. Nobody would nuke with 5 minutes left in stream, surely? Well, yeah, I mean, if you wait till the next stream, you catch an extra person for free. Just looked, and 300 coins will last a bit. They're 500, I'm sorry, they're 50 coins. I think the quad, well, okay, the guild ones are 50 coins, my bad. I didn't look at regular, I've had no need to look at regular, so I didn't really look. What other physical? So this is every physical spell or physical skill in the game. That can't be true. You are a liar. Unarmed. Yeah, the specialized ones are probably, let's see, upgrading to premium tabs is 15 on 1. Okay. The unique tab you mentioned is like 40. Yeah, the unique ones I remember were a little more. Resonating shield requires shield, so we could use some shield stuff. Let's see by the shields. Armor for the duration. Interesting. So that could be an armor break. If we switch to a different kind of shield. I wonder what kind of things you can get with shield. Shield wall. Yeah, I'm not too keen on either of those. I feel like my skill spread isn't enough in this game just yet, and I'm sure they'll update that. I'm sure that'll be things that they work on. I'd love to be able to look at some of these skills over here even, and I mean, they all require bows. But like if there was like there's like a net or something, I thought. Maybe throwing, I don't know what I would do with nets on this. I'm trying to think of like supportive things we could do. I mentioned earlier, but yeah, like some weapons just aren't even in the game at all, and you can see, totally clean. There ain't nothing in there. The flail, my beloved. And Primal's not here yet. It'll be really interesting to see how they fill this in. It's going to be a very interesting year. He's like a golem? Yeah, it would be nice if there were such a thing. I would rock it. I'm not really sure how we could make it work. Like, the idea for the build This is what I like to do for challenge, right? Like, this is not a good build. I wouldn't recommend this build. If you want to do a bone build, go witch. Just go witch. And get some fucking zombies, for Christ's sake. That's obviously intended. And you could probably do some other cool stuff, maybe. I don't know. There's not a lot of passive stuff. You really have to cast. I don't see any combos really floating around. Maybe you could do something like, if there's a way to break armor, Bone Storm to break armor and, like, have some sort of follow-up that hits after. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh, I see. So here's how you would play this. And this we could work in maybe with the wand. Physical damage from the next attack, blah, blah, blah. Power charges cause a much larger explosion. So if we had power charges when we built into this, the explosion would have AoE on it, where our AoE would have value. It's interesting. I don't know. Alright, well, we got through the boss. I was happy about that for this character. It's time for Toki to hop out here. Yes, we would have to find power charges for that, and I'll try to rock power charges in general. I think there's a wand you could use for that, and now that I'm not using our current wand, we might fuck with that. But I'm gonna get ready for bed. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. It was a pleasure as always. Thank you all for coming out early, or for those that were here for coming out early and supporting us in Rat's chat for Ratro Jeopardy. She is going to be doing more Jeopardies next year. Apparently there's a bunch of people on the list, and we're going to do kind of like a bracketed thing. So hopefully we don't get knocked out round one next year. Yeah, so and I think there's some other fun games she has planned. I don't know if she's going to actually follow through. She's kind of been pitching the ideas around, but they sound fun. Tomorrow, we'll either do XCOM or Animal Crossing, since I do Animal Crossing tonight. Probably XCOM. I feel like I just needed to play this yesterday, and now I can control myself. So I think XCOM will be fine, and I'll be less irritated. So we'll say probably XCOM tomorrow. And then we'll wrap up Death Stranding on Tuesday. So that could be a good day to get into Animal Crossing after as well. I think we've got like an hour or two of Death Stranding. So the first hour of stream, probably going to be pretty cool as we go through all the exposition and see the nonsense unfold. So look forward to that. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Until then, be safe, everybody, and take it easy.